Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Can y'all hear me okay? If y'all can hear me okay, we are live. We are live. We are live. I am streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Please put your ones in the chat. Thank you so much, Miss Kiki. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, I'm a little light. Where is that light coming from? Hold on. Let me fix this light. Oh, it's so much sun up here in the Kenya Moore hair spa, Lord. Why is this sun in here? Oh, why is the sun beaming down on me in front of Kenya Moore hair spa? Oh, Lord, it is such a bright and sunny day. Oh, hey, y'all, come on. Hey, y'all, come on in. Come on in. Our girl Kenya Moore has finally issued her confessions, honey. Not I'm stalking for my hair appointment. I need my hair done. It's Easter. I need my hair done. Open the door, Kenya. Open the door, Kenya. Open the door. Hey, y'all, come on in. Listen. You know we gonna get started. Okay, we deep diving into the Kenya Moore confessions. Okay, this is a live review of Kenya Moore's confessions. Okay, Kenya Moore has stepped out on faith, honey. She is using Nene Leak's talking points. She said Bravo isn't being fair to her as a Black woman. We are going to deep dive into it. Come on in. Don't forget to like and share, and we're gonna get started right after this very, very brief introduction.
Get ready, because you about to be an ATL.
Guess you're being a blogger.
More than a blogger.
Guess you're being a blogger. You are more than a blogger.
I am more than
Guess you're being a blogger.
all of is my son.
Okay, that shit scares you.
I am more than a blogger.
The blog goddess, the blog goddess, the blog goddess, Michelle is here.
Yeah.
The blog goddess, the blog goddess, the blog goddess, Michelle is here.
Yeah.
Say all of is her son.
Yes.
All of
It's her son. Yes.
say all of
It's her son. Yes.
say all of is her son.
Like for real.
The blog goddess, 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 Michelle is here.
Yeah.
All of is her son.
Like for real.
All these bitches is my sons, honey. I don't even know what to do. I got so many children out there. Hey, y'all, come on in. Listen. We have been greatly anticipating Kenya Moore's speech. We have been greatly anticipating this for weeks. Y'all remember Kenya said that she was going to drop this exclusive information on April 15th. It was tax day. I remember I was filing my extension and I was like, where is it, Kenya? You know, I am one of your biggest fans, Kenya. I want to hear what you have to say about this revenge, PORN. And then the 15th came and went and we got nothing. Okay, so then Kenya went back to the drawing board and she said, you know what? I'm going to drop it on Friday. I'm going to drop it on Good Friday. And then Good Friday came and she finally dropped a little snippet or something, okay? And so the people was like mad. They was like, what is this? Why is you playing in my face with this 1 minute video, okay? And so I guess Kenya was like, oh, you know, I got tricks and stunts and shows up my sleeve. I got a few tricks, honey. And so she came back today with a longer version and we gonna like talk about all of it. Now, listen, as you come in, you know, I know the Junkie Bunch is in here, the Team Twirl is in here, Nene Nation is in here. Look, the Pampered by Portia people is in here. All y'all is in here. I get it. I love y'all. You know, the AT aliens and the squad is in here. But as y'all come in, please do me a favor and like and share and like and share. You know, just because. Okay. Yes, I am in Kenya Moore Hair Spa today, child. They finally let me in. They said I was stalking and stuff. They finally let me in, child. But anywho, go ahead and put your pink hearts in the chat for Mama Brown, because I am at Mama Brown's house. Okay, you know, with my Kenya Moore Hair Spa background. Okay, shout out to Kenya Moore Hair Spa. Please, 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 y'all. Kenya need y'all more than ever now. Y'all go buy your Kenya Moore hair care products at your local Amazon and the bottom shelf of the CVS over there at Sally's. I think they got them on a discount on clearance. Y'all need to go buy them up, okay? Because Kenya Moore needs you right now, okay? She needs you more than ever because Kenya has gotten a boot and she don't know what she gonna do. She don't know what she gonna do, Lord. Thank y'all for the pink hearts. So, listen, let me go into the, I don't even know where to start, child. We're going to the beginning because Kenya then showed us this. Look, Kenya went first and was teasing us with this. Y'all remember this? Like she then went and got the Kendrick Lamar's song. And she had said they not like that us. And she said that she got influence and all that. And she was sitting in front of the sign just like I am. And she said, listen, I got a lot to say. It's my turn. This Friday on YouTube, I am addressing the mess. Okay. And so Friday came and went. They said Friday at 8. And Friday at 8 came and went. So probably somewhere around 9 or so. Kenya dropped this little 1 minute teaser. Okay, well, this ain't it right here, but this is a AI version of it, where she claims to have called the popo on the insurance fraud hoe. Who she called the insurance fraud hoe, Brittany Edie. So she posted this right here. Hold on, let's see. These are my confessions.
911, what's your emergency?
Yes, I've been threatened with a
What's your location?
the bank.
My piss with me always.
Hello? Ma'am? Are you there?
Yes.
I guess she hung up on the popo because the popo, the 911 operator was like, well, where you at? What's happening? I don't understand. I don't understand these jokes. You can get locked up for making fake 911 calls.
This is Kenya Moore, and these are my confessionals.
That happened on Beverly Hills. You think if she had said that to Kyle or Teresa Giudice or any other housewife on any other show, do you think she would still have a job? I'm just asking the question. I don't understand why any person would come on reality TV when they have done things in the past or are currently doing things that they don't want to be found out. I've already said it was wrong. I should not have done it.
Do you feel like Cynthia threw you under the bus in this team, Britt?
I'm not going to talk about Cynthia. I'm still here, and I'm still the moment. Please don't let me fall out of this chair.
So Kenya teased us with that, right? Kenya teased us a little bit, you know. It's like, okay, Kenya, listen, you know, you done posted this 1 minute video, you playing in our face. She got the content creators in the uproar, everybody doing videos talking about Kenya is playing in y'all face. Kenya is rallying up her troops, and for what? And so, you know, Kenya went back to the drawing board and Kenya said, listen, I'm having a problem uploading the video. Here she is right here. She said this on her Instagram. She said, I'm having a problem uploading the video, and I don't know who she hired or why she hired them, but apparently they didn't know how to upload it, honey. She said, I'm so sorry I couldn't get the full video up on YouTube today. Praying my team will have it up tomorrow. Love you guys, and thank you for being patient. It's like, girl, what happened? Did the attorneys not get back to you in time? Did the people who, you know, reviewed the video to tell you what you could and could not say, you know, not approve it, and you had to edit some stuff out? Like, what had happened? We want to know. So people was all up in the comment section basically saying, well, Kenya, I am tired. Look, you know, I be lurking. I be lurking. Hold on. This what Kenya has said with her AI stuff on. She somebody was in the comment section and asked her a question and said, "Well, Kenya, I go to bed early. What time should I expect the drop? Because we want to know." Okay, they said, "Should I go to bed or will it be up tonight? Because I'm old, honey." And Kenya Moore said, "Sleep tight for now, but you never know when the receipts will drop." Okay, so they was like, "Girl, you was playing. Why are you playing with us, child? You trying to get these people to sign up for your YouTube page. You pulling stunts and shows and stunts and shows and stunts and shows." Kenya was trying to make sure she had enough people in there so that she could get monetized real quick. Because apparently she forgot the password to her other channel. And this channel, you couldn't even find it in the search engine. So she was trying to, drum up some attention before she released the official video. But now, y'all, she done released the whole thing. So you said there was no receipts. We gonna look. I'm gonna look with you. Okay, I'm gonna look with you because I need to see what Kenya is doing in her content creation space, because it's such a beautiful content creation space. There's flowers everywhere. There's Kenya Moore, over, her name is everywhere. There's not a hair care product in sight. There is not any hair dryers, flat irons, nowhere to be seen. But there are chairs and there are cameras and there are lights. Okay, so we have us a whole content creation space. So shout out to the Kenya Moore content creation space. Okay, y'all go over there and get y'all hair done. Y'all go over there and get y'all hair done at the Kenya Moore content creation space, or go and create some content. That's all I don't know, child. I'm just talking shit. But we're gonna watch it. But hold on. Let me see what y'all saying. Look, that's the outside. When you come in, you are greeted. Okay, you are greeted. Sometimes the door is locked. Okay, the door is always locked. I guess you have to have an appointment. And last time when I had an appointment, the door was locked. So I don't know when it's open, honey. Kenya say it's open 3 days a week, but every time people go by there during them 3 days, doors is locked, honey. The people in the building, they say the doors is locked, honey. People come in my chat, they say the doors are locked, honey. But every now and then you might spot Kenya in there making content, and that's what she did today. Okay, you said the door is always locked. Look. The Atlanta people say the door is always locked. Look, we want to go support Kenya. We want to buy us some edge control. Okay, we want to grow our edges out, but apparently we can't do that because Kenya Moore edge control is no longer on sale at Sally's, and she don't sell it at the hair spot, and I don't understand why. You said I watched you go over there live and it was still closed. I told you it's closed, but I was trying to spend my money. Okay, you can ask any housewife, even the ones who can't stand me. You can ask Kandi Burberry if I supported her Tags boutique. You can ask Cynthia Bailey if I supported her wine bar. You can ask Nene Leaks if I supported Swag Boutique or the Lunifia. Listen, all of them. You can ask Phaedra Parks if I supported her. You can ask all of them. Like, I have been in business for almost 20 years, okay, since season 1 of the Housewives, and everything that come out, I am always supporting them. That's why, if I was at home, I would show you all of my, my paraphernalia. I got the Cynthia Bailey doll. I got the Portia book. I got the Nene book. I got the Phaedra Southern Belle book. Okay, the only thing I didn't buy was the taser. Okay, but I'm digressing. Okay, but hold on. We're gonna watch it. He said, Kenya really has mental issues. Oh, she is delusional. Not the junkie bunch is in here. Listen. I'm gonna put you in time out, because if you say it just say it one time. You ain't gotta keep saying it, child. You said, Michelle, you was tugging on them doors. I was tugging on the doors. And listen, I'm gonna revisit it real quick while I wait for some of y'all to get in here. Hold on, we're gonna look at this. Hold on. I'm gonna show you when I was tugging on these doors. The people think I was playing. I was not playing, honey. I was trying to get my hair done. I was trying to get my hair curled a little bit, and they did not want to curl it. I don't understand why I here make an appointment online and nobody shows up. Here it is right here. We about to watch it. Like this video as y'all come in here, and then we are going to review Kenya Moore's confessions. These are my confessions. Just when okay, here it is right here. Look. So some of y'all just be coming in at the end, but at the beginning, here it is right here. Okay, let me go to part 1. In part 1, oh child, 9, 10, 11, 8, 765-4321. In part one, a caller called me up and told me to look up Kenya Moore Health Spa. There it is right there.
When I called, it was like, Kenya Moore here. Please press 0 to connect to the operator. You press 0 and it just hangs up on you. Yes, you finally have.
This you right here, the one.
Yes, because like this is the first line, the first paragraph, that's when I first called. Then I Googled and I found like a Vagero account, which is where where you go to book for salons, right? And it says, like, when you look at the stylist and you look at the website, it says Summer Moore as the stylist. So I was like, what the hell? This is some, fraudulent nonsense. So I left my review.
So then I made an appointment. Okay, I lost it. I made an appointment.
She replied to me. She said, "Oh, we don't have a Vacaro account. There's a shame."
Hold on. I made an appointment.
What is it? Oh, it's got. Wait. It's my real name. Hold on. I'm gonna give me a haircut and a blow dry with Summer Moore as my hairstylist.
And Michelle, if you go, I'll pay for your treatment there. You got to be on live the whole time, though.
I just booked it. I got so many people watching that.
You gonna go and it's gonna be closed. I'm so sorry. Don't go.
Why is they gonna send you a cancellation, Michelle? They're gonna send you something saying that.
Summer Moore gonna be doing my hair tomorrow at noon.
That's your appointment. Your appointment for tomorrow? Did you have to leave a credit card number?
No, I didn't. It's connected to my Facebook page though. But yeah, I'm gonna be charged with. I'm not connected to nothing.
Okay, you good.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Hold on.
And you know what's also weird to me? People in the comment section, in the chat section, who always say, XYZ ain't talking about you. Why are you talking about them? I talk about everybody.
Oh, let me keep going.
Yeah, I know I had made an appointment to get my hair done with Summer Moore. 2.7 miles. Turn right onto Malone Drive. At Kenya Moore Hair Care. It was supposed to be at 12, but I overslept, so I rescheduled it. So we going up here to see if I can get my hair done at. Let's see if I go get my hair done at Kenya Moore Hair Care.
Not the business number was disconnected. Shout out to House of Aaron. Not the number was disconnected. This is when I went for my appointment. Hold on.
Yeah, I know I had made an appointment to get my hair done. It's in these apartments.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Well, Orange Steel.
There it is right there.
That's a nice little area.
Hold on. Y'all be saying I don't do nothing for y'all.
You can get our nails done next door though.
Oh, I'm not
What
going
a valet
back. It don't take me but one time. You deny my money.
Ain't nobody in there. Wait a minute. Let me go pull up. It's in these apartments.
Hold on. We're gonna pull up. Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. Here it is.
Where the valet at?
I don't know.
The doors ain't open. Ain't nobody in there. Wait a minute. Let me go pull up.
Hold on.
How can I have my appointment?
And see, everybody keep watching this clip right here, thinking that I just like popped up. I did not just pop up. This was an ongoing thing. Like I made an appointment.
And it ain't even open. I had an appointment. Can you? I called. I made my appointment last night. They said they was open until 7 p.m. today. There is nobody here. The hell? This is a devastation.
So there was that. Okay. Oh, that's something else, child. There was that. I just wanted to prove to y'all because y'all keep going to that to the hair spa vintage videos acting like it's brand new, and it's not brand new. I understand it's popping up right now, but I had to show Team Twirl that I actually made an appointment and I actually went and the doors was locked and I was gonna spend my money. I got money. Okay. I got money to spend. I got a huge disposable income. So don't be acting like I was just stalking just to stalk. No. I was gonna buy me some Kenya Moore hair products. I was gonna sit it on my shelf along with my Cynthia Bailey doll, along with my Kandi. I got the what is it? The Mother's Love DVD out with all of my Real Housewives of Atlanta paraphernalia. But then it went open and it wasn't no products that are bad. Okay. But anyway, I say all that to say now Kenya Moore has, she's using her content creation space to create content. And that is why we are here today. So shout out to Facebook and YouTube for joining me. And now we're going to review the actual live video. Well, it was a premiere video that Kenya dropped today where she is addressing everything. She addressed Britt Edie. She addressed everything that we talked about. She addressed pulling out a gun on Phaedra. She addressed pulling out Kim Field's chair. And she is accusing Bravo of being racist. OMG, where they do that? Like, can she do that? I don't understand either. Because remember, Kenya told everybody that, when the network is done with you, they are done with you. Kenya's best friend, Kandi Burris, said she has never experienced any type of racism at the network. Kenya's friend, Cynthia Bailey, said she never did. And now here's Kenya comparing what she's going through to Kim Zolciak. Now, remember, Nene mentioned Kim Zolciak in her lawsuit, remember? And she's comparing what she's going through to Teresa on New Jersey. Okay, now she's comparing what she's going through to a whole bunch of Caucasian women. And while she hasn't directly said racism, it is kind of difficult not to understand that she's pulling the racism card when she, as a Black woman, is comparing her treatment to what these Caucasian women have done or are doing. Okay. Yes, Bravo is done. We're going to watch it together. Y'all know the drill. Copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act. Allowance is made for fair use for what? For purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Child, I'm about to research this video, and we are going to talk about it. Hold on. Let me get myself in here like this. Let me put this in here like this, and let me put this up here like this. Okay. Shout out to Kenya Moore's confessionals in her words. Let's look at it.
So I want to start off by referencing something that means so much to me, especially right now. It is a quote from Kendrick Lamar. Wait, what's the quote? Oh, okay, I got it. Okay, I'm being serious. Okay. They try to rig the game, but they cannot fake influence.
Oh, so now she's Kendrick Lamar. Now she is Kendrick Lamar. Kenya is saying they not like us, okay? Just like Nene over there saying they like us, okay? Just like her best friend, Kandi Burris, over there saying they not like us, okay? Kenya is being real delusional, okay? Real delusional. I love the quote too, okay? She say she got influence. I guess if you show, PORN at the grand opening of your spa, I guess you should have influence, child. Who does that?
They, who they is, tried it, girl. Tried to rig the game, meaning, hey, we're going to try to make you think this over here. You cannot fake influence. And I am influential. Hey, everyone, it's your girl, Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore hair care. Kenya Moore hair spa. Kenya Moore YouTube.
Welcome to YouTube, Kenya. Welcome. We greatly appreciate you coming over here with us because you will feed a lot of people, okay? Because like you said, your name is influential. We have ate off you for years, and we will continue to eat off of you, okay? Yes. Where is the drums? Kenya Moore and Spot, okay? You said Kenya Moore is definitely not coming back after this, child. I told y'all. Y'all don't listen to me. I've been y'all for months when I was parked outside Kenya Moore's hair spa grand opening, and the person came to my car and told me that she just showed a picture of somebody with a penis in their mouth. Okay, I told you then that Kenya's days were numbered. Hold on, let's see some more.
Anyway, this is my first ever YouTube content that I'm putting out myself, and I'm so proud of myself because I am taking back the narrative instead of everyone speaking on me and, quite frankly, everyone making money off of me. That part. Even sitting down in the
Kenya, like, really, we don't get paid that much talking about you. I'm just saying you are a part of a collective, okay? You are a part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then in turn we talk about Kenya Moore. No, I do not hate Kenya Moore. Do you hate Kenya Moore? Why would I hate Kenya Moore? I don't know her. What did y'all talk about? Okay, who is eating off Kenya? Me? Okay, influencer Kenya. Okay, we got influencer Kenya, we got influencer Portia, we got influencer Kandi, we got influencer Shamia. Everybody's an influencer. Hell, I'm an influencer. We all influencer. We all are on the same path. Okay.
In the interview chair, I haven't done that like 4 years. So guess what? I'm doing it for you. Thank you for joining me, and be sure to subscribe because you do not want to miss any.
And Kenya said to subscribe to her YouTube channel. It's the YouTube channel with the AI avatar. Okay, I am supporting Kenya. I told y'all last night how to find Kenya Moore's channel. Okay, Kenya should be thanking me because I promote her all the time. Okay, you said Carlos King is an influencer. Yeah, Carlos King, a blogger too.
Any of this hot, smoking, piping hot tea. Let's get into it. Let's get into the receipts, okay? More receipts. I have more receipts for you, and I want to just talk about some things that I have been seeing out in the atmosphere that are completely laughable, most of it, but also in a lot of ways just really dumb.
Okay, Kenya Moore is delusional. Let's start there. Kenya Moore is delusional. Now she's about to run down the list of things that we have been talking about. You know, Kenya Moore is a squad member. I think she's on my Patreon too. And she's in my Discord, but you know, we're not gonna talk about that. But Kenya Moore is pulling out all the receipts that we can pull out against her. Okay. And I guess now she's going to explain them one by one. And I live. Let's listen.
Yeah, I said it. Done. Portia, in her recent YouTube, alluded to another housewife sending me the photos of the now infamous photos that were shown during my spa opening.
I know for a fact that one of these housewives who is still on the show is the one who gave Kenya a big part of that nude information.
Now you see her using Portia's content. Okay, I'm just saying. So don't be flagging me for using yours. Okay, we're using each other's content. We are all on YouTube, and this is what YouTubers do. This is a review. I am reviewing Kenya Moore's YouTube video. This is fair use. Fair use. Fair use. Okay, so Portia basically said that, you know, somebody gave Kenya the pictures. Now, what is odd to me, Portia also confirmed that Kenya was fired. Kenya didn't debunk that part, but we're gonna keep going.
So number one, that's a lie. That's a lie. Ooh. That's a lie. The photos were online on various porn sites, many porn sites. I don't watch porn. I'm not a porn expert. I don't enjoy it. I don't participate. I don't get in.
First of all, Kenya is delusional and she lacks accountability. Kenya is what, 56, 57, somewhere around there. I don't know how old Kenya is, but she's damn near closer to 60 than she is to 20. Okay. And at the end of the day, this beautiful woman who has a beautiful daughter should know that it is not okay to show images of another woman in your workplace, in your place of business, in front of your co-workers. I don't understand why she is still here trying to make this a thing. Okay, I don't understand. She has a whole baby girl. Anyway, 54. Okay, thank you for letting me know. He said, now, why is she lying? I remember when Kenya had a tape come out when she released a book. She sure did have a sex tape come out. It was a fake one, though, but she had one. The glam is glamish. It is glam. She looks amazing, okay? But anyway, let's finish listening. Hold on. Where's my copyright? There you go, right there. Thank you, Miss Kiki. Shout out to my mods.
Anything from it, okay? I would like to just rather see my own body in action, maybe in a mirror or something like that, but I'm not going to sit there and watch porn. The investigators and everyone involved, not including Drew Sidor.
let's get this straight. She said the investigators and everyone involved in the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she actually said that she hired an investigator to find out who Britt Edie is. Now, I know a lot of you have been like hemming and hawing and said, well, you know, she didn't pay money for the images. She didn't do this. She didn't do that. Well, clearly, if you paid an investigator, you're basically paying for the images that the investigator found. So in essence, she paid money to obtain these pornographic images of her co-worker. Where else can you do that? Can you go to work tomorrow and get some pornographic images of the secretary and feel like that's okay, even if they were on the internet that she put on there herself? Do you think that was okay? Do you think you would still have a job? Y'all, adults out there, y'all let me know. We listening.
Dora found those images and they're still there. That brings me to Ming Lee. Someone said that Ming Lee was somehow involved because they know each other, and Ming said out of her own mouth that she has a lot of evidence of Britt Edie's past performances, gigs. Let me say
so she let Drew Sidora off the hook and she got Ming Lee off the hook. That leaves a whole bunch of other people that Portia claims actually gave it to her. We don't know who gave it to her. It don't matter who gave it to her. The fact is that Kenya decided that it was prudent to post these pictures on poster boards, to go to Kinko's, print them out, and bring them to her spot and show everybody. Kenya, you are still wrong.
Say this for the people in the back. We did not get any photos from any person. They came directly from a search online. The photos that were revealed are not.
Here's the thing, Kenya. Here's the thing, Kenya. And I know you've been in the comment section saying this for months now. And your team twirl. At the end of the day, nobody else has found these images. So clearly you knew exactly where to go and exactly where to look to find these images or these videos. So in turn, that means that you are the only person that has them because the internet doesn't. And it's interesting that you are still doubling down and trying to act like it's no big deal. It is still a big deal. Okay, I'm upset. Anyway, we're going to keep going.
Considered revenge porn. I went so far as, oh my God, did I do something wrong? I don't know this lady. I don't know any of her ex-boyfriends. I don't know any of her ex-friends. I've never seen this lady before in my life. I want to make sure I didn't break any laws. So I engaged a local attorney who advised me about the federal law as well as the Georgia state law. I shared photos.
Say the attorney's name so we can know not to use him. Say the attorney's name so that we can know not to use him, because I don't know what attorney would tell you it is okay to show pornographic images in your place of business. What attorney with a license in Georgia would tell her it is okay? Kenya is full of SHIT, okay?
That were readily available online. I did not commit revenge porn. I shared a publicly available photo that was accessible online. If I showed Kim Kardashian's sex tape right now, is that revenge porn?
Yes. Chat. Let me know, chat. If Kenya showed, I need to know. I wish I would type a poll, but I'm in StreamYard. If Kenya showed Kim Kardashian's sex tape, when Kim Kardashian showed up to her spa and she had the sex tape running in the background, would that be revenge porn? Y'all let me know. Wouldn't that be trying to humiliate this woman? You got naked pictures of her all around here. This is a place of business. That is revenge porn. Anytime you pull explicit images, it doesn't matter if it's commercial or not, in an attempt to humiliate a person, it is revenge porn. You cannot do it at your place of employment. You can't do it at your business, and you damn sure can't do it on a network television show. Okay, so the laws are very clear. I don't understand who told Kenya that this was okay. Hold on, let's listen.
It's not. And then while we're talking about that, I've already said it was wrong. I should not have done it at my salon, this beautiful salon that I worked so hard for, that spent a lot of money on, that money that could have been spent in other areas, including supporting my child. So yes, I am very sorry that I shared the photos because it wasn't right, but I did not break the law. and I'm very sorry for what I did. So in the comfort of my own,
that is not an apology. Kenya said that it is not revenge, PRN. Then she went all around the world to kind of compare it to Kim Kardashian's. And then after that, she said she was wrong for doing it and she's sorry, but it's not against the law. So wait a minute. Why would you even do all of that? That's not an apology. I wouldn't take that as an apology. Y'all think that that's an apology? Put in the chat, put a 1 in the chat if you think that's an apology. Put a 5 in the chat if you think Kenya is full of shit. Okay, I want to see what y'all think. You said either way, she apologized. She said apologize to Britt. Exactly. Either way, it was not her place to showcase nonsense like this. Karma will be coming for her times 10. Okay, she doesn't sound like she's sorry. She said she's sorry, kinda. I'm kind of sorry, child, I guess. She said Kenya is full of shit. Okay, everybody saying she full of shit. They put 5s in the chat. Sonya said 1. Okay, you are 1 of 1, friend. Okay, because we listening to Kenya, what Kenya is saying. Okay, Lisa said 1 too. Okay, a few team twirls is in here, just a few. Okay, they said Kenya is bipolar. She going through menopause. I don't know any of that to be true, but I'm just saying in general, Kenya is wrong, and it is morally wrong. And do she think it would be okay for somebody to do it to her or to a friend of hers? Like, can you imagine going to a opening and somebody had pictures of Kenya Moore's King magazine butt shots, surrounding you? Like, come on, can you be for real? Nobody want to see all that. Okay, let's look.
My own home. I was joking around with my bestie, which I always do. My very best friend, Brandon DeShazer. We were having a dispute on the show with Phaedra, and I was in my closet and I brought out one of my firearms, and I'm like, oh, do I have to use this on Phaedra tonight? Giggling, ha 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 ha, he he he. Phaedra was not around, nowhere to be present. Phaedra never saw it. I never said it in.
Okay, so as you know, we pulled up the receipts about Kenya pulling out a GUN back. I think that was season 5, I believe, when she did that to Phaedra, and she said that she needed protection and that if necessary she would SHOOT Phaedra in her donkey butt. Y'all remember that? Okay, because we showed the receipts a few videos ago. Now she is explaining, basically saying that Phaedra never saw it. Wait a minute, we all saw it. How we saw it? It aired on TV, so clearly Phaedra saw it. Clearly it is still a threat. And for you to compare that situation to the Britt situation is insane to me, because even Britt saying it, we never saw a GUN at that particular juncture, but we saw one when you pulled it out the closet. Did we not? Okay, let's listen.
In any threatening way, I was not upset. You cannot compare apples to oranges.
We can compare that, Kenya. We can, and we will, and you are, and we do.
Want to do that? Does Phaedra sitting on the reunion couch with her taser ready for me count?
First of all, Phaedra brought the taser because you said you was gonna pow her. Like, come on now. Phaedra brought the taser to protect herself against your veiled threat. Now, come on. This is child. Kenya is delusional. I gotta look y'all in y'all face. I'm trying to get her the benefit of the doubt, y'all. Like, how is she explaining all of this away? And wouldn't her previous threats kind of negate her acting like a victim today? Like, Kenya, the girl did what you did. In fact, she did a little less than what you did. And all the things that you have done in the past, you literally showed the world a GUN and clips to the GUN. And you said you were going to pack it, and you may possibly SHOOT your castmate in the donkey booty, which was the name of her workout video at the time. How is that not comparing apples to oranges? I don't understand. You said the lawyer didn't tell Kenya to keep her mouth shut, and they should have. Threatening to fight a pregnant woman, and did. Okay, keep telling y'all she is crazy, and is. I don't understand. She cannot have it both ways, and can't. Not the oatmeal pie face. Okay, she got her skin together though. Okay, she is Delusional. Okay. Kenya's setup was premeditated too. Okay. At least Britt can say we was arguing for 2 hours and things got a bit heated and I got angry and I said what I said, but I apologized. Not only did I apologize to the production company, I apologized to my castmates, and I also went and apologized to Kenya. On the other hand, I don't see Kenya taking any accountability. Only thing I see is Kenya trying to explain the situation away and act like she was so threatened by Britt. When if you were threatened by Britt, how would pulling out pornographic images quell the threat? Team Twirl, where you at? Because I know y'all are twisting up into pretzels trying to explain this. But can y'all please explain to me, if you were threatened by a pow-pow, how would bringing images of me with an eggplant in my mouth stop me from wanting to pow-pow your ass? I just don't get.
Okay, moving on.
Tell us about your first interaction with Britt and why you feel like she misinterpreted your energy.
Oh, I don't think she misinterpreted anything. It was all very calculated. So the first interaction I had with all of the ladies was really pleasant. I was excited to meet them. It was season 16. I'm like, oh my God, this is season 16. I'm the only one standing that's a real OG 12, 13 years in, and I felt like
Kenya felt like that everyone should have bowed down to her because she's a real OG 12 to 13 years in. And let me explain something to you, Kenya, because Kandi forgot the definition of OG as well. The only OGs of the Real Housewives of Atlanta appeared on season 1. Neither you nor Kandi were on season 1 of the show. Portia is not even an OG. The only OGs, Nene Leakes, Deshaun Snow, Lisa Wu Hartwell, KKK Kim, Sheree Whitfield, and am I missing anybody? Y'all let me know in the chat. But those are the OGs. OGs, original. OGs mean original. You are not an original, friend. You came in a few seasons after that. Thank you for the super chat, Timara. She said Kenya may have the right intentions, but it's not coming off authentically. I wish she would let this narrative go and allow for things to go the way it did. I agree with you, Timara. In fact, I feel like Kenya is about a week and a half too late. If Kenya was going to speak out, she should have spoke out immediately after that episode aired or immediately before that episode aired. Doing it now after the second episode has aired since then, and now the cast is moving on to greener pastures. It's like, why are we talking about this, Kenya? They said you're not coming back, okay? And we don't really care, okay? Anyway, let's finish.
Like I could be mother to everyone. I'm a mother, okay? Show these girls I've been through the fire. I know what it's like to be a newbie. I know what it's like to be here. I know everything that could possibly happen has happened to me on this show. And I felt like I could speak, as someone that could be supportive, could read a girl if she's wrong. And my first interaction with all of the newbies, I was like, oh, you girls are so pretty. Kelly was there, Brittany was there, everyone was there except for Angela at the moment. And
I do agree that Brittany put 20 on 10 when it came to the ring situation. I do agree that Kenya was being nice, nasty to all of them, not just Brittany. I just think to all of them. And but I think that whatever Brittany said, Brittany was coming in hot, she a newbie or whatever. Kenya's response to that, like, you claim to be an OG, you claim to be so much wiser than these women, you claim to be so much more professional and knowledgeable in the space. You should have known better, Kenya. Like, so the onus is on you. Now you have gone and showed revenge PRN against one of the newbies, and you let her trick you out your spot. It's not her fault, it's your fault, and you need to take accountability for it. Anyway, let's continue.
And also Drew. And I just remember coming in just being very pleasant to everyone, and there was an issue about a ring that someone made. I feel as though that was clearly a made-up issue. If someone has an engagement ring on and not a wedding band, not the other way around, because if you just have on one ring and it's just a circular ring, that's usually a wedding band. Now you can choose to wear whatever you want to wear on your hand. No one's saying that. I was confused at what she was saying about it being a new ring or a different ring, or her second ring is actually what she said. I'm like, oh, you've been married before? I don't know this girl. I never seen her before in my life. So
Oh, girl. Okay, so you still shading the ring because she's sitting there with 2 rings on, and she allegedly ain't even married. Okay, I don't even know if she ever was married. Kenya, where your marriage documents at? Where's your divorce paperwork at, Kenya? We still don't believe you and Mark was married. Anyway, I'm digressing. Let's finish listening. But the space looks amazing. Look at the space, y'all. Look at the space. Look, I don't see no curling irons. Okay. I don't see no brushes or combs. I don't see no hair care products. I see nothing. Like who is doing hair and there's nothing there to do hair with? Y'all let me know. Okay. Y'all let me know. You said he said it was legal to show it online, but girl, you didn't show the images online. You took the images offline, blew them up at a public place, and showed them at a public event. Exactly. Like as far as a corporation is concerned, she put the corporation in liability, considering that it was in front of contracted employees, her castmates. It was in front of camera crews. Those people are on the clock. It was in front of producers. They are on the clock. There is no way on this green earth that you can do what Kenya did at a workplace and feel like you still deserve a job. Okay, y'all, I don't understand. I know some of y'all are 12 and have never had a job or a corporate job or any of that, but at the end of the day, despite Kenya being a reality star, she still has to be held accountable by the corporation, because if the corporation can be held liable by her actions, they have to let her go. She's a liability.
Again, you're wearing an engagement ring. I'm assuming that either you're engaged or you're I don't think you could be anything else. I think my fans know and I'm being shady. I think they call me the shade assassin for a reason. That wasn't shady. We know what my shady looks like. Let's move on. It wasn't shady. So after I saw her and, we had the whole moment again about the hug was a very awkward. I don't like to hug. If you see me out in public, I will probably never hug you because I do believe people transfer energy to you.
Girl, we nobody cared about that hug one way or the other. I mean, you did hug everybody there except Britt, but we really don't care one way or the other. And so you explaining why you didn't hug her to me is basically saying that you had a problem with her. But that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know in the chat.
And you have to really kind of know someone and know where they're coming from to hug them. So I don't really hug people that I don't know. That's not a crime. That is a boundary that I have for myself, and people need to respect that. It's not personal. Then we get to the next time I see her, the ball mom event. I'm like, oh, you look so beautiful, like a ball mom Barbie. Hi, ball mom Barbie. How are you? Yes. Hi. I hugged her then, hugged her when I saw her another time, hugged her at the dinner.
That was a pat. That wasn't a hug.
That's a hug without getting makeup on me. And she was complaining every step of the way.
So now she's saying she don't hug people, but she did hug Britt eventually. So I don't understand what the issue was. Why were we even talking about this hug?
I'm like, this girl has very bad energy, but I paid the dust and I just went on to have a good time because I was actually having a really good time at the dinner before it went left. So the whole thing about being targeted, her being targeted by me, people asking her if I did something to her, she can't answer why, because it didn't happen. Do you want to know what I really think happened? I think that when she was interviewing for Real Housewives of Atlanta, she wanted the villain role. She wanted to come after me.
Well, even if she wanted the villain role, even if she wanted to come after you, Kenya, you pretty much allowed it by showing revenge, PORN, by showing pornographic images in your hair spa. Listen, I don't understand where we're going with this or why you're trying to explain it away. You're taking 30 minutes out of our day to listen to you explain this all away. But at the end of the day, child, you wrong. I don't get it. I understand, clicks and views. But what you did was clearly unforgivable, and especially by the network, you won't be back. I don't see you coming back. Y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all think Kenya coming back?
For me, because she felt like, okay, well, Portia wasn't there at the time. I was, right? And I believe that she made them promises that she was going to come after me. She was going to be this girl that could read, this girl that was doing all this, And when she met me, Portia flushed this out. She was surprised and thrown off that I was so nice, because I am nice. I don't really bother people unless they bother me. We know I retaliate. We know that's what I do. I'm not saying it's always right, but I'm not going to let anybody run over me. And I have no reason to not like someone that I don't know. And I was always nice to the girls. The point is, I think she.
Can we get into the meat and potatoes? We 9 minutes in, and we still talking about Britt. Okay, we're 9 minutes in, Kenya, and we still talking about Britt. You using your beautiful content creation space to talk about this lady that you keep saying you don't know. I don't know her. I don't know her. I don't know nothing about her ring. I don't know that she got negative energy. I didn't want to hug her. I didn't, but you don't know her. You don't know her. You don't know nothing about her. But you pulled up images of her naked performing an sex act. It seems like you know her more than we do. You know her more than a lot of people. Hell, I ain't never seen the lady naked. You know her all right. Anyway, let's see.
She overpromised what she would do on the show. The first 3 weeks of filming, she was exceptionally boring.
She didn't overpromise nothing because she brought it. Britt brought it. Britt is a hot topic right now. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all remember when Kenya used to be the most hated? I guess Britt is the most hated now. She has achieved what Kenya could not do. Like now people just don't care what you, Kenya, like you doing that to Britt means you can do it to anybody. Hell, Portia got pictures when she was underage and videos and stuff. You might even do it to Portia one day when you get mad. So the things, the crossing the girl code, crossing that line, Kenya, is what is the issue here. And I don't think that she'll ever get it, because Kenya is not a girl's girl.
Boring. There was nothing outstanding about her. She didn't come in. She wasn't dressed in designer clothes from head to toe. Her husband wasn't particularly interesting. Like, no, not trying to throw shade in the husband. Sorry about that. But there was just nothing in the group scenes that I saw her in that made me think, oh, that's a star baby. I was actually more captivated by Kelly and Angela. And of course, I knew Shamia already. I knew her personality. But she was failing. Like, she was dull. Okay? So I think when she kept trying to come after me, and I just was like, okay, girl, I see you're trying to have a moment. You're falling flat. This is your 3 weeks in. Producers are probably asking you, girl, when are you?
Aren't we all here to have a moment? Aren't we all here to have? I'm having a moment right now in my Kenya hair spa confessional along with you, Kenya. I'm having a moment right now. Okay, isn't that why we watch the show? Because everyone there wants a moment. I'm just saying. Kelly had a moment with Portia where she said, "Don't be taking nobody's husband," or "Did you take that woman's husband?" And she keep throwing them digs. Angela had a moment with Shamia. Okay, and Shamia had a moment with Angela where she talked about her 99-cent nose or whatever, and then Angela called her Flavor Flav and all of that. Like, everybody has a moment. So we're watching a TV show, but what you did, Kenya, I still say is unacceptable and will still be considered a moment in time that is unacceptable. Chanelica said nothing was crossed but Britt's lips. Don't do that. But why do we care? Chanelica, can we deep dive into that for a second? Just the season before last was last season when Portia was with Bolo and Kenya was policing her for JJ and asking her was she having threesomes and how big was it and all that stuff. And now here we are again. She is like just fixated on people performing sex acts. Is it because Kenya not getting any? Why is it that she cares so much about what other people do with their bodies? Okay. Kendra said Kenya's always overvalues her intentions and never owns her wrongs. No one made her do what she did. She took it too far. Nene was right. Okay, Nene was right, child. Don't get mad at me. I don't care. I got my opinions. You got your opinions. And if you listen, we can agree to disagree if you don't agree with me. And if you agree with me, that's good too. But this is my platform and I'm gonna talk about it and I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Okay, and I'm gonna be honest about it. Moving on. What else y'all saying? You said Kenya never shows her real life. Kenya is wasting her energy. This is my point. Why are you talking now? Clearly, nothing's going to change. Bravo has put up a whole black screen and said that they have decided to cut ties with you for this season. Okay, maybe season 17, they can revisit it, but season 16 is a wrap. It's done. It's been filmed. You're not invited to the reunion. Whatever happens, happens. Why are you talking now, girl? You should have just waited. To me, you are digging your own grave. But, again, she is claiming racism, honey. She about to compare, herself to these Caucasian women. Let's listen.
Are you going to show up? And you thought, okay, I'm going to show up tonight. And I think was her downfall from there. This is the biggest question that I have for the people that come on reality TV that have a shady past that you're not proud of. Okay, we've all done things in our past we're not proud of. Nobody was perfect. To the Simons, to the Chrisleys. It went from someone saying you're 17 age of consent. Oh wait, that's not going to track. Okay, let me just say I was.
She think Simon? What y'all explain it to me, to the Simons and to the Chris Lees. What does that mean? It's wait a minute. She talking about people being underage. Interesting. I'm that's going over my head a little bit.
Nobody was perfect. To the Simons, to the Chris Lees, it went from someone saying you're 17, age of consent, to oh wait, that's not going to track. Okay, let me just say I was underage. No, so that's what I just don't understand. Like, I'm not even going to open that can of worms because my whole question and line of questioning will be completely different from everybody else's. I would want to know, if you're going to make us daily, you need to prove, because we already know you're capable of lying, right? Excuse me 1 second. Okay, wow.
Now she capable of lying. Hold on.
Look into that. I don't understand why any person.
I gotta go back. I gotta see what that thing was down there. But y'all watching it with me because I wasn't watching it. Hold on. What was that before the phone rang? Okay, that was Britt Edie. When Britt Edie issued a statement and she said, it's never a good feeling being targeted or hazed by someone I thought would embrace me into a new circle that I never met. For the record, I've never once had possession of any weapons or threatened anyone ever. I've never even been to jail in a fight or even had as much as a speeding ticket. That's not in my character. I am hurt by the narrative that's being displayed. Wrong is wrong. So I guess, Kenya feels that, Britt saying that, she got pistols, she got this, she got that, means that, she was going to pow her. But I don't get that she was threatening her, but I don't know. Maybe y'all do. Let's listen.
Because we already know you're capable of lying, right? Excuse me 1 second. Okay, wow. Another Google alert. Okay, well, we'll get to that. I don't understand why any person would come on reality.
It's clear that Kenya got Google alerts on her phone chat. Every time somebody talk about Kenya, she is there. That must drive you crazy, Kenya. Why would you do that to yourself? Like, who has Google alerts of their names on their phone? Stop that, child. Stop it. And if that's the case, I'm sure she in here right now. Hey, girl.
TV, when they have done things in the past or are currently doing things that they don't want to be found out. Why? And then to give someone a reason to expose you. In the words of Samuel L. Jackson. Am I the only sane mother?
Kenya is delusional. This is giving crash out. This is giving. Listen, y'all. In the words of Samuel L. Jackson, are you crazy, motherfucker? Are you crazy? What is happening, Kenya? Is she saying she is saying? I get it. This is entertaining. I get it. We doing it. We all doing it for clicks and views, honey. Can you drive them numbers up, child? Get them subscribers up. I appreciate this, but listen, it's giving real narcissistic. Okay, it's giving real delusional. It's giving real. Let me beg for my job back. I don't know. It's giving real cringe, like not 223 said. But y'all let me know in the chat, child. Y'all let me know. Where was I? Hold on.
Like really? Am I the only sane person in the room? Why? Because they're so egotistical, they don't think they'll be found out. Like, okay, wow. You paid to scrub the internet out of your own words. Okay. Well, they let some dust in the corner.
Wait a minute. Just a minute ago, she tried to form the narrative that she's sorry. Just a minute ago, she tried to imply that, she was remorseful for doing what she did. Now, here we are. How many minutes in this video? 12 minutes in the video, and now she already saying, oh, you scrubbed the internet, you left some dust in the corner. Like, why are you so fixated in whatever this girl had on the internet? Either you're sorry or you're not. Either you're remorseful or you're not. Either you holding yourself accountable for posting pornographic images of your coworker or you're not. This is weird. I don't understand it. It is too many layers to this. Y'all, listen, y'all tell me in the chat if y'all see what I see, because Kenya's giving real hypocritical.
In behind her too. A lot of people say that I had never taken accountability for anything. And that's simply not true. And I went on Tamron Hall. I was promoting my daughter's.
Clearly she listens, because those are my exact words. Kenya is not taking accountability. Now here she is, like I just showed you her flip-flopping. Okay, just in the beginning she said she was sorry, she shouldn't have did it. Then she said you left dust in the corner and they're still on the internet. And now she's saying she took accountability and she went on Tamron Hall. Which is it, Kenya? You went on Tamron Hall, now you on here again still talking about it's not revenge, PRRN. Yeah, there was sexual images, and still kind of slut shame this woman. Kenya, you're like, girl, you're not even getting it.
Daughter's book, the issue came up. And I said, I take full accountability. I am not playing a victim. I'm telling my own truth. I ultimately chose to go in Tamron Hall because I really needed to publicly take accountability for my actions. I mean, sharing that photo at my own salon opening was a serious lapse in judgment. Everybody can possibly now understand that it was definitely not the smartest thing to do. And I deeply regret that I hurt anyone that was involved, including.
So, for those of you who don't know about YouTube videos, she went and did a voice memo after the fact and added this into the live because apparently people didn't feel like she was being remorseful enough. Just like I told you when we were listening to it around the 9-minute mark, she backtracked and said that, if she showed Kim Kardashian's video, would it be considered revenge, PRN? And so to me it was like she wasn't taking accountability, and she still isn't. And now here she is with this little voice memo trying to sound apologetic. Okay, let's listen to it, honey.
On truth, I ultimately chose to go in Tamron Hall because I really needed to publicly take accountability for my actions. I mean, sharing that photo at my own salon opening was a serious lapse in judgment. Everybody can possibly.
How she say that on Tamron Hall when she just said I ultimately chose to go on Tamron Hall? No, this is a voice memo of her saying why she chose to go on Tamron Hall. This was added after the fact.
On truth, I ultimately chose to go in Tamron Hall because I really needed to publicly take accountability for my actions. I mean, sharing that photo at my own salon opening was a serious lapse in judgment. Everybody can possibly now understand that it was definitely not the smartest thing to do. And I deeply regret that I hurt anyone that was involved, including the cast, including Brittany, including the crew, including any of the guests that were there to come to celebrate me. I mean, this platform gave me a chance to sincerely apologize and not to excuse what I did, but to own it fully. Sometimes the things that you do can come back and they can hurt you. And as I've said,
sometimes the things you do can come back and they can hurt you. Clearly, Kenya, what you did tarnished your brand from here on out. Like, no sane woman would ever do this to another woman. And for you to still not accept accountability and still not acknowledge the fact that what you did was crossing the lines and almost equates to sexual harassment, there is no way. I don't understand, y'all. She is gaslighting us.
Say here before, I definitely did not. I escalated the situation. I didn't need to. Kim Fields, okay? People are so mad. That was 6-7 years ago, and rightfully so. I issued a public apology to Kim when I was on Watch What Happens Live. They asked me, is there anything that I regret? And I was like, absolutely. I think you learn from regret. But for me,
So she done went back. She's going back to each time that she has violated a cast member. And, people are pulling receipts on Kenya, like Kenya pulled receipts on Britt. Okay. So as you recall, Kenya tried to pull the chair out from under Kim Fields. She got physical with Kim Fields. The same way she pulled the GUN out in her closet and was referencing Phaedra. She addressed that earlier. And now here she is going step by step, addressing all the things that we have been calling her out for. Okay, let's listen.
I definitely regretted pulling her chair. That was not right. She's a class act and we are over it. Like, she invited me to come on her show to film with her just last year, the Upshaws. So wrong. I do take accountability. Another time I've taken accountability is, and these are just from what I can remember off the top of my head, was with Phaedra. I did some things with Phaedra.
Kenya, thank Thank you so much for being a squad member, friend. Thank you. Because I know Team Twirl out there, all these other bloggers on YouTube and everywhere else have not been trying to hold you accountable. They haven't been pulling the receipts like I've been pulling the receipts. And I appreciate you going live and addressing everything that I have ever said about you. This is great, even though we don't believe you.
Adra that crossed the line. She did absolutely things that crossed the line with me. But I apologize for my part and what I did to contribute to the downfall of our friendship. And that was on the show. So I'm not sure why people didn't acknowledge that was taking accountability, but I absolutely did in that moment too. I'm not playing a victim. I am in a situation partly because of my choices. Back to the original.
Partly everything you do, everything I do, everything we all do is the result of the actions that we make. Okay. So if you chose to get out, to wake up one morning, get out of your bed, download these images from your computer or your phone or wherever you got them from, take them to Kinko's, FedEx or whatever, and print them out on some 12 by 16 poster boards and take them to your hair spa, that was a premeditated event meant to harass, humiliate, and intimidate your cast member, your fellow co-worker, a fellow employee of the network. Kenya, how do you not know that? Being over 50 years old, how do you not know that?
Original point, I have taken accountability. So you guys just choose not to see it. It's okay, but I'm just going to remind you. So now it's time for a commercial break. And since people want to talk about snatching edges, because you can get real close. These are my edges. You can even see the little gray hairs. Okay, this is not a lace front. This is my hair. Well, not this, but this is my hair and these are my edges. I developed Kenya Moore hair.
And this is the true reason why Kenya is doing this. This is the true reason why Kenya is on YouTube, because she has to supplement her income right now. At the end of the day, we all know Kenya got paid for her 5 episodes, however many episodes she was in, 5, 4 or whatever. Now there is no more funds when it comes to Bravo. Okay, she's not gonna be on the reunion. She's not gonna be back, this season. I don't know how many episodes they got left, maybe 6 more, who knows. But at the end of the day, Kenya, welcome to YouTube, friend.
Hair care, similarly to why I developed a product line as well as a spa. I love making women look and feel good. Like, I love when women come into the salon or use my products and leave reviews and say, my hair has transformed. I have had so many customers and positive reviews before any Housewives drama had anything to do with it. My customers say, more edges work. So try More Edges today. You can find them online, or you can come into the shop, or you can go to CVS or Sally. So they all have different products, but we're also going to be back on Amazon. So check it out there too. Kenya Moore Hair Care. We're going to get into even more receipts. Okay. I'm going to be answering questions that you guys have submitted. And don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. Because if you don't, you won't get any notifications when I drop something new or when the juicy gossip hits the net first. You hear it from me first, right here.
Thumbs up the video.
You were saying, why didn't you go to the producers if you were so afraid?
The answer is,
wait. I'm going to give y'all 30 seconds. Y'all in here? How many people in here? It's almost 2,000 people in here. Thumbs up the video. I'm going to give y'all 30 seconds and we're going to continue to review this. And I'm going to continue to give you my honest opinion of Kenya Moore Hair Spa. We are at the halfway minute mark. Like this video. Y'all said the number is disconnected. Okay. Thank y'all for your likes. I appreciate everyone who's in here. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Okay. We need some subscribers over here. Run these numbers up. Hey, Way, what's up, friend? What's up, squad? Shout out to the squad in here. Let's finish. We at the halfway minute mark, honey. We almost there, child. I'm trying to get through it.
I did go to producers. Number one, when we were there, Portia and I stayed back while everyone was leaving, and Britt, Edie, was irate. She was yelling and screaming, and it was then that I heard her say,
"Oh, girl, First of all, you was over here and Britt was over there. Okay. Anyway.
Say the following words. That's why I keep a for like you. Let me repeat that.
I heard that too now. I did hear that too, that Britt said that's why I keep a gun for bees like you. I did hear that, and I do believe that Britt said it. Now, even if she said that, she didn't show a gun, she didn't point a gun, and she didn't say she was gonna pow you. Okay, Kenya, you said that you were gonna shoot Phaedra in the donkey butt. Okay, you said it. I heard you say it. Bravo aired it. Now, one don't have nothing to do with the other, and one does not negate the other. However, you going to print out naked pictures of this woman kind of negates the threat, Kenya. Like, I mean, it really negates the threat. It really doesn't matter what she said at that point. Okay,
you didn't hear it. I heard it. It didn't make the edit. That's why I keep a for like you. Yelling and screaming as she's going out. I heard things knocking around. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I immediately went to the showrunner, the executive producer, and I said, what is going on? Why is she talking about what is happening? Like, Portia can tell you that. She saw the reaction on my face. She saw that I was visibly shaken, and I was like just trying to figure things out. So I did go to the producer. Not only did I go to the producer then, I also went to the production company that night, explained what happened, and said, I don't know what's going on.
Well, if that's the case, why didn't you go to the police? Why didn't you refuse to film with Britt? Why didn't you do any of that? What made you decide to go and print out explicit images of this person who threatened you? You are still deflecting. You are still stuck on stupid. You are still talking about the pow situation when the pow situation has been negated because your situation got you fired. Can you?
We're 3 weeks into filming, and this girl we don't know is threatening to unalive me. I've been on the show for 12 seasons.
Where is the violins? Where are the violins? I don't understand. It doesn't matter how long you've been on the show. You do stupid shit. You win dumb prizes. Okay. I'm just trying to figure this out. Kenya, you were not threatened in any way. You were not scared. You were not intimidated. Any of that. What you did was sexually harass a room full of people, a room full of strangers who came to celebrate Kenya Moore Hair Spa. And instead of honoring the people who came to honor you and your hair spa, you decided that it was a great idea to show them PORN. What is not clicking? How do you not understand that? Somebody tell me. I don't know.
I have never once had anyone threaten me with I have not ever had anyone allude to unaliving me. So I took it seriously because it's one thing if, listen, it would never be right. But if a Portia or, even a Drew or somebody that we know that has something to lose. Did you hear me say that? If it was someone that.
She mentioned in Portia and Drew, honey. Portia that already threw you under the bus, okay? And clearly, all of them have had things to. Why am I even arguing about Kenya? Child?
We already knew that we have been filming with for years, and we know that they have something to lose. Maybe I would have taken it differently. But when someone you don't know.
Yeah, listen, two things can be true at the same time, okay? Nene already told you how this network feels about Black women. Let me make myself big for this because we have been talking about this as well. We have gone over it time and time and time again. Nene Leakes had a whole lawsuit against the network. She listed several incidences of where Bravo, didn't treat them fairly and equated it to, they gave KKK Kim Zolciak, the only Caucasian member of the cast, preferential treatment. She mentioned that. She mentioned, the things that were going on with the trip. She mentioned a whole lot of things in that lawsuit. I can't even remember right now, but she's gone through everything she needs to go through, and she has come out the end greater, and she allegedly got a settlement. But now here's Kenya, who said that when the network is done with you, they're done with you. Now here's Kenya trying to equate what she's going through as a black woman, saying that she's been unfairly treated as a black woman. Girl, we don't care no more, because when you had the opportunity to stand with another black woman, you didn't do it. Instead, you went on a whole smear campaign next to KK. I almost called Kandi KKK Kandi, next to Kandi Burruss. And then you tried to say that Nene was a talentless buffoon and she deserved what she got. Then you had Kandi and Cynthia saying, oh no, I've never experienced racism at the network. So you had all of that. So I double down dare Kandi to say something, because Kandi said she has never experienced racism. So she can't call out racism now, or can she? Y'all let me know. Let's finish looking at this chair. I'm just saying, I'm just an observer.
Who basically, in my words, like you just, you found off the street, is doing all of that. You guys weren't there. You do not know how intense it got. It got so intense. So I did make my complaint. Well, I went to the police before, and honestly, I'm the only cast member there that's ever been physically attacked. Whether you say I deserved it, whether you say I did this or did that, it's obviously a polarizing conversation.
Oh God. I don't know what y'all think in the chat. Do y'all think that that Kenya is the victim? Put 1 in the chat. Like, I know it's some team twirl in here, and that's okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Kenya is the victim. Put a 5 in the chat if you feel like Kenya deserves what she got. Y'all let me know. You're right, it is cringe. Y'all let me know. 1 in the chat if you feel like Kenya is the victim. 5 in the chat if you feel like she dug her own grave. Let's listen.
Conversation, and it was back then, but I was, and still am, the only one on the show that was physically attacked. So when someone is new to me coming around and saying that they are going to unalive me and use a on me, and then what you heard 2 or 3 more times saying they had whips and MF, that wasn't about the neighborhood. And you try to change.
Britt Edie admits she never had a GUN during Kenya Moore incident. Like Kenya. Wait a minute, hold on. What did I'm sorry. Tyler said Nene told us back in 2020 that the white girls on Orange County, Beverly Hills, and New Jersey and New York got a pass for their bad behavior. Okay. So yeah. She did this to herself, y'all. Okay. It looked like, the results are in, and all of y'all are saying that Kenya did this to herself. Okay. Kenya is still, despite whatever apology that she is trying to make, I don't see an apology if you still trying to dig the grave for your coworker. How is there an apology? Like, this is about you, Kenya. This is about you taking accountability. I don't know who is helping her in this situation, because at the end of the day, she literally should have came on here and said, as a woman, I'm sorry, I should have never done that to another woman. There's no way that is okay for me to pull explicit images to any woman. If a man had done it, he would be under the jail right now. But Kenya did it, and y'all are explaining it away. She should have literally come on here apologetic, took accountability for the things that she did, left Britt Edie's name out of it, and moved on. And I think we would have been a little bit more forgiving of her. But because now she's still like doubling down, okay, that's what I feel like. She's still doubling down on the situation that, she's not a victim. Hold on, let's finish listening.
The narrative to make it benefit you because of your inaction, that's rigging the game. You're rigging the game. You clearly rigged the game against me. Listen, I'm going to leave it right there. I did what I was supposed to do. And I take...
Oh, wait. Kenya said that Britt is rigging the game against her. I guess she's saying that Britt is pulling a Karen card, and she's going around and doing interviews that we all know that Bravo has sanctioned. And but wait, she also said that she did it. Hold on. Listen to what she says.
It's me. Listen, I'm going to leave it right there. I did what I was supposed to do.
She did what she was supposed to do. Does that mean you went to the police? You filed a police report? Does that mean you did what you were supposed to do? You downloaded these pornographic images and brought them to your spa? Is that what you were supposed to do? Y'all, let me know what that meant. That what she was supposed to do, because I'm confused. What was she supposed to do?
And I take a lot of umbrage to someone now saying that they didn't have a gun. And so somehow that's supposed to absolve them from everything that happened after. And we're going
to... Listen, unlike Kenya, The views and opinions expressed by me are mine and mine alone. Okay, but unlike Kenya, Britt has apologized. She even went to Kenya and apologized. Kenya, to this day, has never went to Britt to apologize for trying to humiliate her with nude images of her performing an explicit sex act that may or may not have been her when she was underage. Like, again, where is the accountability? Where is her apologizing to the person that she injured? I'm confused. Team Twirl, where y'all at? You said, yo, Kenya is dottish. There is no speaking with her. Listen, we got 30 minutes. We are 30 minutes in. Honey, we are 30 minutes in. I still don't see the accountability. Okay. Team Twirl, y'all losing this one.
I'm going to show this clip where she said prior to Housewives that she keeps a gun at all times. Roll it.
Keep my pistol with me always.
Security that's at the gas station?
I only go to gas stations that have security there. I only go to the same gas stations. If I'm in.
Again, she's making this about Britt. We pulled receipts of Kenya pulling a gun out too, and she explained it away. So why are you still focused on a podcast of Britt saying she keeps a GUN on her at all times? This don't make no sense. It's not equating to me. Either you sorry you did what you did or you not. But doubling down, doing all this, still pulling receipts out on Britt, to me, you are still victimizing the true victim, Kenya.
The city.
Yeah.
On her Instagram, she said that wasn't her character. She did not threaten anyone with. She did not have a. She never said anything about. So we know that that was a complete lie. So we already know you're a liar. We already know she's capable of lying and trying to rig the game. Let's go back to this whole Watch What Happens live interview where Andy asked her, did she have a gun? And she said, oh, no.
Now she bringing Andy Cohen in it. Now she bringing Andy Cohen in it. Remember, Andy on his podcast had 2 co-hosts, and his 2 co-hosts even said that it was sexual assault. Y'all know that? His 2 co-hosts. And Andy did not debunk it. Andy did not deny it. Andy did not take up for Kenya and say, you know what? I don't think it was sexual assault. I don't think that was true. I don't think that it was revenge porn. His co-host doubled down and said that it was, and Andy sat there and agreed, and Kenya got mad. And now here she is again talking about Watch What Happens live when we know Andy and the crew wrote them questions. Let's listen.
No, I didn't have a gun. Well, I have proof otherwise. Nobody checked bags when we're filming. Nobody checked cars when we're filming. You show up, you go inside, and you start to film. But weeks later, you want to say, oh, we had an investigation and found that you weren't in violation of the gun policy.
Oh, girl. Again, she's gaslighting her team Twirl to go up against Britt, who she literally tore down and tried to humiliate with naked pictures. All of what Kenya did pretty much negated anything that Britt did, in my humble opinion. And now here she is not taking accountability, not apologizing for what she did, which was after what Britt did. Like what? Kenya, this is why you fired, girl.
Really, bitch?
Really?
I did what I did. I complained to HR. I did all these other things. Now you want to do an investigation? 3 weeks have gone by because someone said it. Well, we already know that person is a liar, right? Because we have proof.
Here's the thing. Whether they did an investigation 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, 1 day, we know for a fact you pulled out pornographic images of your coworker in a room full of strangers and in front of a cast and crew at your place of business. We know that for a fact. So why aren't you talking about that, Kenya? And you sitting there where the crime took place.
Solid proof from her on Instagram, and she lied about talking about the gun that night. So we already know you're a liar. And now we're investigating something 3 weeks after the fact because of what someone said that wants to keep their job. Oh, okay, that's okay. Hey, did you have a gun that night? No. Okay, investigation closed. Can you go to the airport and say you have a gun and not get arrested? Can you go to the bank and say you have a gun and not get arrested? Can you go any place that it will put people in danger and say you have a gun and not be committing a crime? That's not a crime. That's not against policy.
Okay, can we talk for a minute? Can you go to work tomorrow? And I've asked this 15 times, okay? And I still see y'all in the chat still saying, that's not revenge. Can you go to work tomorrow? And the person that you went to it with, the secretary down the hall, can you go and Google her name and pull up some explicit images of her and bring them to work and put them on poster boards in the conference room in front of everybody? Can you do that? and expect to still have a job tomorrow? Y'all let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you could do that and feel confident. You know, if she came to work and said, I got guns for bitches like you, and you didn't go to HR or whatever, or HR didn't do anything. And so the next day you decided to take it into your own hands. You went and Googled the secretary name, and you went and downloaded these explicit images you found of her, and you went to Kinko's and you put them on poster boards, and Friday at the potluck, you brought it into the conference room and you put it on display for everybody to come in there along with your world famous spaghetti and coming there to get lunch, and they see all these pictures of the secretary with a piece in her mouth. Do you think you would still have a job? Y'all let me know.
Policy? I'm just asking the question.
I'm just asking.
Can you go to your job tomorrow and say, you, Joe, you gonna learn today? You don't know who the fuck I am, Joe. Fuck you, Joe. You gonna have some respect around here. I got whips. That's why I keep a for like you, Joe.
I'm going straight to HR.
You going to HR and the police. If that happened on Beverly Hills, you think she would be in jail or punished or out of a job? You think if she had said that to Kyle or Teresa Giudice or any other housewife?
Not you bringing the Caucasians in it. Not you claiming racism when you said that you have never experienced racism at the network. Not you bringing Teresa Giudice and Kyle in it when they are Caucasian women. Why you didn't mention any of the Potomac women? Okay, not you bringing the white women in this, Kenya. Oh, okay, I see you, Kenya.
Or any other show. Do you think she would still have a job? I'm just asking the question. Things been handled differently. I would have never felt a need to protect myself or escalate the situation. People go, oh, well, how is that protecting yourself? Because where I'm from,
that is not protecting yourself. And I don't care where you're from. And somebody just put in the chat, okay? Shout out to Dr. K. Arissa Arnett said, Georgia Code Title 16, no person shall intentionally coerce orally in writing or or electronically another individual who is more than 18 years of age to distribute any pornographic photograph, blah, 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 blah. So y'all can Google listen, Kenny just ought to be glad she's not in jail. Okay. I don't care what y'all say.
I'm not even mention where I'm from. Where I'm from, and you may end up having to delete this, but I'm going to say it. You tell me if it's too hard.
So I guess Kenya, what she said about where she was from and what she would do because of where she from was a bit much, and they decided to cut it out. Okay, whatever. Mm-hmm.
Likely will leave you alone. And they certainly wouldn't be going around playing victim. They would just go on about their business and find another target. That's that. You want?
Oh, girl. It still don't make sense. How can you be this old and this dumb? I swear I thought Kenya was an intelligent Black woman. I promise I did. Like, I joke a lot, but like I am beyond disappointed in Kenya and the things that she's saying. She is definitely playing victim. Okay, you said exactly. The code goes on to say that each photo is a separate charge and is a felony. I want to know what attorney told her it was okay. Not Josh is rubbing off on me. Shout out to Josh, honey. This is pathetic. Okay, listen, I'm gonna take calls too. How many minutes we got, y'all? This seems like it's going long. We got 10 more minutes.
You want the truth? That's the truth.
Do you now feel that your retaliation allowed the new girl to trick you out of your spot?
Ooh, I don't think there's any such thing. I already had a spot. How can somebody trick? It wasn't a spot up for grabs. Like, nobody snatched a peach. Everybody had a peach. So nobody tricked me out on the spot. So that doesn't make sense.
Do you feel like Cynthia threw you under the bus in his team, Britt?
I'm not going to talk about Cynthia.
Not gonna talk about Cynthia. Oh, Kenya, why?
People want to know how much you make a season, honey.
How much I make a season? Well, I mean, I don't talk about money.
Nobody asks that.
When it comes to like my own money, I see a lot of crazy reports saying like my net worth is $800,000. My house is worth $3 million. Like, how is my net worth $800,000? Like, I own that much in cars. Like, just stop. Like, I think it's taggy to talk about money, so I'll just leave it at that. But I think it's decent to say that I make more than the girls that are on the show now. Oh, thank you. Saved by the bell.
Oh, girl. This is 25 minutes worth of gaslighting so far, and we got like 6 more minutes left.
Saved by the bell. Will you attend the reunion?
Will I attend the reunion? I haven't been invited to the reunion. In fact, I was invited and then disinvited.
Wait, is this a lie? I want to know if y'all think this is a lie. Okay, because her initial response without hesitating was, I haven't been invited to the reunion. Did y'all not hear that? She didn't stutter. She didn't hesitate. She said, I haven't been invited. I've been invited, but I was disinvited. Girl, you're not coming. Kenya, they told you after the 5th episode they were done with you. So we already know there is no reunions in your future, okay? So whether you was invited, disinvited, whatever, it's a lie, and she told it. Hold on, listen again. So, because I be thinking I'm crazy sometimes. Y'all be acting like I'm biased, okay? I'm watching the same video y'all watching.
Like, how is my net worth? 800,000. Like, I own that much in cars. Like, just stop. Like, I think it's taggy to talk about money, so I'll just leave it at that. But I think it's decent to say that I make more than the girls that are on the show now.
Oh, thank you. Saved by the bell. Saved by the bell.
We know Kenya at first made more than the other girls on the show, but not anymore.
Will you attend the reunion?
Will I attend the reunion? I haven't been invited to the reunion. In fact,
you saw that? You saw that when some listen. I've always been told, is there any psychiatrists in here? I always been told when people lie, they look up to the right or the left. Okay. That's what I told. And look at her. As soon as she said, I haven't been invited, then she looked up to the left or the right. I can't tell. And basically, changed her answer. She's lying. She lying. Hold on.
Reunion. I haven't been invited to the reunion. In fact, I was invited and then disinvited a few months ago. The disrespect is insane. From me being someone who has always loved Real Housewives of Atlanta and always wanted to see them win, to being shut out, not given an opportunity to apologize the same way that they gave that grace to someone else.
Oh my God, not given an opportunity to apologize. Kenya, this happened last June. You'd have had a year. It's almost June again, Kenya. It was in May, June, whatever. Like you've had a wealth of opportunity to apologize to Brittany. And Brittany said you ain't reached out, you ain't said nothing, but you did take time out of your busy schedule to go print them naked pictures.
Of the show. I think it's really odd, right? To be erased from history of the show, to not be in the opening credits, to not have confessionals. When Kim Zolciak left the show, she got a whole new show. She was in the confessional. She was a peach holder.
Now she using Nene Leak's talking points. Remember when Nene said that Kenya walked off the show? I mean, that Kim walked off the show and walked right into her own show. Y'all remember when Nene said that? Now Kenya, who said that Nene got what she got and the network didn't need her anymore, is using Nene Leak's talking points and using Kim Zolciak. What does Kim Zolciak got to do with you, girl? What about that? Okay, hold on.
Kim Zolciak left the show. She got a whole new show. She was in the confessional. She was a peach holder. You got girls taking glasses and knocking each other upside the head with real glasses on Jersey. You've had people talking about porn on Jersey. You've had people
again. She's referencing another totally Caucasian show. There aren't any Black women on Jersey. Okay, she's referencing KKK Kim Zolciak, the only white woman who was on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. So for those of you who say that she's not saying using racism and saying that she's being treated unfairly because she's a Black woman, she's basically saying it without saying it. Okay. And yeah, Kenya, this is your karma. And I'm not saying it's not true, because we know Bravo treats them Black girls like shit. We have seen it. We have talked about it over the years. We talked about the way they treated Nene, how they blackballed her. But Kenya, when it didn't affect you, you were fine and dandy with it. When Nene was going through what she was going through and needed somebody to stand in solidarity with her, I would say you were silent, which would have been better. But instead of being silent, you went against her and was really cheering for the fact of that she had been knocked off her spot. So yeah, Kenya, I'm not even mad at what's happening to you, unfortunately.
Exposing a real life revenge porn case on Vanderpump Rules. They're working. They haven't been made to look like a scumbag or a villain. Really? That's how I'm treated? That's pretty bad, I would say. So I don't anticipate an invitation. Yeah, I don't see that.
Why do you promote the salon more?
I've always been.
I'm missing the questions, child, because I'm trying to get through this. What'd she say? Why didn't you promote your salon more? Because she never opened it.
Why do you promote the salon more?
I've always been struggling with building a team. That's why I always admire Kandi so much, because she has this awesome team. She has an amazing team and she totally gets it, but you need help. And so when I'm just building out the salon and I'm out of all this money, $400,000, I'm fighting with the landlord about giving me my little $80,000 back in my TI. Obviously I built a whole new, top floor, put all this money into it. And then thinking about, okay, now I'm going to put even more money in hiring a team and doing this and doing that. It just felt like I can handle it.
Kenya been trying to hire a team for 3 years and she still don't have one. Kenya does not respond to emails from people who are seeking employment in her salon. The last time somebody sent me some correspondence, they were trying to get a booth or do a booth rent. Aunt Lori responded to them. I think I talked about it in a previous video, and never responded again. And they ended up, trying to contact them again. So yeah, like, Kenya, is this how you run a business? Nobody's in there.
Let's just, I'm not going to throw good money after bad. We're just going to let a year go by and see how it goes. I've been open for over a year and a half, about a year and a half, I think, at least a solid year. And what I have loved the most about this salon is the women, the customers that come in and are so happy with the results. The smiles, the repeat customers, like we have 85%.
Girl, 3 people been there. You, Brooklyn, and some other lady that just walked in off the street. And then you was over there washing hair. Hold on, was Kenya? Let me see. Kenya was, yeah. This is a commercial break for Kenya Moore Hair Spa. Okay, listen, look at this. Okay, Kenya is over there washing hair right now. Kenya, I don't understand how Kenya can wash hair. Don't you supposed to have a license? Does Kenya have her license? Does Kenya have her license? Because she over there washing hair right now. Okay. I understand, in her content creation space. And she decided to record this for Instagram. She over there washing her friend hair right now. She washed her hair and she washed Brooklyn hair every now and then. She had Brooklyn over there washing hair too one time. But I'm digressing. Okay, hold on. I'm digressing. Let me go ahead and finish this, and then I'm gonna take a few calls. I ain't got nothing else to do, child. I'm gotta go eat though. Hold on, we got a few more minutes. How many minutes we got? 6, 5.
Repeat customers. And then when the Housewives show airs and the whole scandal airs, I have all these strangers from all over the country leaving bad reviews. We go from
Who is leaving bad reviews, child? Who is leaving bad reviews? I don't understand. You said, remember when that woman got burned? Okay, I saw that. She put pictures and everything. And I guess this is the part of the show where she gonna blame the blogger or me for her bad reviews. Let's see.
From 4.9 Google reviews rating to 4.4. And every day there's somebody saying something crazy to try to hurt my business. If you don't like me, you don't have to like me. If you don't like what I did, you don't have to like what I did. But why are you coming after my business? The same, it's a culture that it can be very beneficial to you because I have a lot of supporters and Team Twirl is awesome. But then when you have these bad seeds and people that don't think things through and just try to spew hate in your direction.
Yeah, the lady, it's on Google. If you look up her Google reviews, unless she deleted it or got it deleted, it was a lady on Google that flew in from Hawaii to get her hair done. Okay, and she got a washing set or something, and whoever did her hair, I don't know if Kenya had somebody booth rented or she hired somebody, but whoever did her hair had burned her neck or something. She had pictures of it. It's all on the Google.
That's what makes it really bad. That's not fair to the customers that really get great service when they come here. And it's up to them. If you don't want to come to the salon, stay at home. It's as simple as that. You don't have to come here. But why?
We was trying to like, listen, we was trying to support your salon. What is she talking about? We wanted to come there to get our hair done, and the doors was locked. Why is you mad? I don't understand that. What kind of customer service is that? What kind of customer service is that? If you don't want to come to our salon, stay home. Well, they do, because nobody's there. The door's locked.
Why are you trying to ruin other people from coming here and having great experiences? I work so hard. Sometimes I'll step in and do a head spa. If I don't have a stylist, Walter can tell you that. If I don't have a stylist for the the day or someone calls out.
There she go, wash her hair again. How did she do that? Does she have a license? Isn't that illegal for people to wash her if they don't have a license? I don't know how that works. Y'all people who do hair in the comment section, y'all let me know. Can Kenya legally be washing hair?
I don't want to let anyone down. So I'll put, my shampoo gloves on, or I'll shampoo someone's hair, or I'll do a deep conditioning treatment, because I want everyone to believe in the space and have an amazing time when they're here. And that was always my vision.
The girls want to know what you got in the works.
Ew.
Oh, girl. What do you have in the works besides doing YouTube videos at your content creation space? You should have been doing this. I've been telling you that content creation space was beautiful. You could have started these videos last May, okay? But you were still under contract. I guess now since you fired and aren't under contract anymore, you could do what you want to do.
I always keep these close to the vest until when it's almost out. So I have got a lot of different projects that people will be able to see me and my daughter in, and I'm just really so happy about that. But again, you don't know anything until after it's in the can. You know what I mean? Even if I've been shot in a movie, I don't talk about the movie until I know it's being released and I've seen it and I'm in it. So I want to thank you guys for listening to me today. Listen, we don't have time for everything. I'm not on RHOA right now, right? But my influence is still there. People.
Kenya is fired. Kenya is fired. Portia said she was fired too. Portia confirmed what I had told y'all. I told y'all last year that Kenya was fired. Portia confirmed it last week that Kenya is fired. And now Kenya is saying, I'm not on RHOA anymore. She say right now, but she is fired. She has confirmed she will not be at the reunion. So season 16 is Kenya will not be there no more. So she will be over here on YouTube with the rest of us.
People are still obsessed. People are still using my taglines. People are still coming for me. And I'm not even there. So listen, I am still the moment. And I'm really happy that you guys are joining me today. So comment and subscribe. And listen, I'm going to twirl on out here. I'm still in my chair. And I'm still twirling, honey. I'm still here. I'm still here. And I'm still the moment. Please don't let me fall out of this chair.
Not next week. So Kenya gonna do a weekly video. Okay, I guess. Child, what do y'all think about what Kenya has said? I want to hear from you. I gave my commentary throughout the entire thing. Again, like I said, this is a review. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act allows me to review YouTube content and any other content. Okay, as long as I give my commentary, this is what we did. Okay. Hold on. Let me put my Hold on. Let me invite y'all in here. And we all on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. Nene on YouTube. Portia on YouTube. Who else is on YouTube? Shamia's on YouTube. Kandi's on YouTube. We all here, child. We are all here. Let me see. Click the link to join. I want to hear what y'all have to say about this. Let me fix my green screen. It's getting dark in here. Oops. I'm not. Oh, there I am. Okay. Let me fix my green screen, honey. Okay. Y'all let me know what y'all think. You said she was always the moment. They have been horrible to one another. The chair spin gave mental health emergency. Bills are due every month. Hey, Rodolfo. You said I'm on weekly too. Well, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. Hold on, we got a lot of people back here today. Shout out to the squad. Hey, Mickey, what's up, friend?
Hi, Michelle. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you too.
Ciao. You know what? I think it was yesterday or the day before. Once I saw the fake 911 call, I knew this was going to be some BS. Just some complete fake fairy tales. Okay? This is a serious matter that costed her job. Okay, so 911, I've been threatened. Where you at? The bank. I'm like, girl, please.
Right, the bank. Girl.
The bank. It's like, girl.
But I mean, Kenya is good for some entertainment and some stunts. I can't take that away from her. Like, that's what she's known for. That's what she done. And I think now every Saturday, probably, she's going to be doing this before every episode to try to take, interest away from the episode. It's going to be interesting.
It's just too much. But honestly, how I see it, just from the show's perspective, I think this was going to be her farewell season anyway, because if you look at the landscape of the show, the ratings have been going down for, this is not a season 16 thing. This has been going down since Nene left. Started season 13, 14, 15. It's been going down. And I think for her, she saw the landscape of the show and said, you know what? Let me get on my Kris Jenner and let me expand my business. So when they decide to pull the eject button and get me out of here, at least I have something to fall back on. And I think that was what she was trying to do. And even when you look at the network, you know, they can't afford to have two people on this show making, you know, 7 figures, because clearly the ratings don't support it. You know what I mean? Nene was making all of that money because they were bringing in 3 and 4 million viewers every week. So they had the money to pay. So I think for Kenya, it's let me hurry up, let me open this spa, let me do what I got to do. So when they get me out of here, at least I have something to fall back on, because nobody really cares about her hair products. I'd be on YouTube, I'd be on TikTok. Nobody talks about Kenya Moore hair care. Let's just be for real. You know what I'm saying? And I think they also kept her for this season because of the nostalgia factor. We have Portia and Kenya, the season 5 queens, as they say. They want to see how they're going to interact. They were trying to push this, oh my God, are they besties now? Like, what's going on? Like, is it a reboot or is it not a reboot? Because when she left, what did they do? They brought in Phaedra at the last minute. So they're trying to do this whole nostalgia thing. But as for the video, I really think that it's a big FU to the whole situation. Clearly, I really thought that she was way smarter and more intelligent and more like strategic than to do what she did. You know what I'm saying? Like, who really does this in real life? You were not threatened. You came out and said that I just wanted protection for me in Brooklyn. You remember that's what she said in the beginning? Well, clearly, if you were scared, you would have never retaliated in the way that you did. And not to mention, if these are readily online, where they at? Atlanta
But my thing is, why did she keep harping on the images in the first place if she's apologetic? That doesn't make sense to me.
And like, Atlanta probably has the biggest fan base out of all the franchises. You don't think one person would have pulled up a screenshot, a 10-second clip, or anything if it was online? Are you serious, Kenya? Like, she really she really is delusional. Like, I think because she went through so much trauma with her mother, she's had to build this imaginary La La Land in her head in order to survive. And now we're just seeing it in her old, now. Like, it's like she has this, fairy tale in her mind, and she thinks everybody revolves around her. And clearly that's not the case. And even her trying to pull the race card, it's like, girl, when Nene was going through her situation, you and Kandi were the ones on every interview saying, oh no, there's no racism at Bravo. No, Nene did it to herself. No, Nene, she has a big ego. She's difficult to work with. Oh no, I don't know why she's saying
call her a talentless buffoon.
She should be happy. Remember, she said she should be happy that she's getting work at age 50, because who would want to work with her? And she's difficult, and all the things that she said. And now she wants to, say it like word for word, like she's trying to be like, oh yeah, Teresa Giudice and Kyle Richards, and you think this would happen to them? Like, wasn't that what Nene's whole point? You know what I'm saying? And then even bringing up Kim Zolciak, it's just, Kenya, you did it to yourself. This is self-destruction at its finest. I personally do not feel bad for you. As for Britt, yeah, she was very turned. That rah energy, this is not even that type of show. But hey, at least she tried to apologize. She tried to have a peace offering. You rejected it. And if you didn't want her at your event, you would have never let her in. You would have been like, this is what she looks like. Security. This is what she looks like. This is her name. Do not let her in.
Yep. Like, clearly, the people told me they was going to do to me. That's why I didn't go in.
You would have had that never happened. She would have never been in. And then to say, oh, she was so dull, she was so boring, and I was a target, whatever. Honey, all of these girls went to the Kenya Moore Hair Care School of Performing Arts. Okay. All of these girls done watched you all those years, turn it up, doing all of these crazy things for the show. And now you get mad and say, oh no, she just wanted a moment. The producers told her to do so. Da, da, da. Like, do we not remember your first season? All the crazy things you did for the sake of trying to be on this TV show? Are we serious, Kenya? Even Latoya, you remember Latoya? All the crazy things she used to do.
I remember Latoya, child. One and done, honey. I remember.
Like, they all do these. They're all thirsty and they're trying to get on. Yeah, where did they get that from? They got that from you. And also, Kenya, if you really feel like you're a badass chick and you a boss, file a lawsuit.
There you go.
Lawsuit.
You ain't gonna do it. She's scared. She ain't gonna do it.
You might get some money out of it. File a lawsuit. And honestly, my last point, we would not be having half of these conversations, Michelle, if Kenya in real life, you've been on this show for all these years, as you say, successfully launched a business and Bravo was not her livelihood. Let's be for real. Okay. Yeah. If she made a product, a business, or whatever, and Bravo was not her main bread and butter, we would not be having half of these conversations. Because what is everybody saying? Oh, how can a newbie trick you out of your spot? How can a newbie take food off of your table? How could a newbie do this to you? If you had the funds, if you were a badass chick like you present yourself to be, we would not be saying this. Say what you want about Kandi, and I don't know what really is making money for Kandi, but Kandi made sure she had 11 businesses before they decided to get her off of that show. At least Kandi is trying. At least Kandi has something to show for. She came into the show with some type of bread. You know what I'm saying? Kenya, you are not a Kandi. Okay? And that's that. And this whole thing just got me hot.
Somebody just burns your biscuits and people get mad at me. I'm like, do y'all not see this? Okay.
Like, she really is delusional.
Right. Well, I appreciate you, Mickey. Thank you for calling in, friend.
Thank you, Michelle. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
Bye.
Hey, Mel. What's up?
Hey, Michelle. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. You know what? It was a lot, but I love the last caller. But I was going to say, when I watched that video, she was good. I agree with a lot of stuff she said. I have a couple of things to say too, so I'm going to try to think about this. I thought about you. I mean, you can't think about Kenya in that video unless you think about you, because there was one part of the video I bust out laughing because I was like, oh my, again, your work. I mean, I've been joking about this. Your work with this cast with Atlanta, all this. So when she said, and that's what I had to bring up right now. When she said, I'm not going to the reunion, I said, oh my God. You know, Michelle told us, the audience, a couple of days after they barred you from entering the event, like you said, this is what you told the audience. You told us last year. So it just was like, okay, you know what, Miss Michelle, you don't have to reveal your sources, but you told us that last year. So that was like, okay, that was a big part. When she said the reunion part, because I still thought she might be going to reunion, but when she said that and she had to confirm it, I said, you told us that last year. I mean, right after that event, you told us that. You know what I think? I don't really have much heat for the twirls and all that kind of stuff. I know that they're upset about things, but I would tell them this, because there was a couple of funny points you made. I know that we live in a country, okay, where a deranged reality star took the White House, and he telling people that crimes are not crimes. But let me tell you this to Team Twirl. If you think you can go to school, to your neighbors, or to your work office and have an issue with one of these people and decide to look them up on Google and then wear a t-shirt with all their nasty, explicit health problems and sexual things and go to work with that, not only will you get fired, but you will go to prison. So you really need to stop listening to, we got to start listening to reality stars saying, what's crimes and what's not crime. That's what got this country in the trouble it is. I'm gonna leave right there. We're gonna go down that road.
But she's liking her to Trump. Everybody keeps saying Kenya is Trumpish.
I don't know how she voted, but I'm saying that people are so, Michelle, they are so. Why in 2025 we are some of us, not all of us. I need you not doing this. But why are some people listening to ignorant reality stars telling them what is a crime, what's not a crime? You can't do that. You got to listen to the law. You got to research. We cannot have an issue with our person, our neighbor, or somebody in line, and then decide we want to just research them and start wearing T-shirts with the information on. We can't do that. That is a crime. That is not right. You will get fined and you will go to prison. So you can't do that. In that video, she didn't say sorry. I mean, you know what? I think that for me, if I was King, I would have said, you know what, Britt, I don't know you, and I have a very complicated issue with Bravo. I've had a history with them that's complicated. Got nothing to do with you, nothing. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way you came on the show. I know I trained you. I know you watched me on other programs. You came into the show doing exactly what I did. When I came onto this program, I had no husband, no children. I didn't even have a relationship. They said I was buying people off the street. I was looking for stuff at the sperm bank and stuff like that. I had nothing. And all I had was conflict, and I had aggressive communication. So now you've come onto the show trying to be a baby Kenya, and I see you. And I'm very sorry that I took it to a place that it didn't need to go to. I don't know you like that. And I'm very
That's my point. She could have took this opportunity to do that and come to the world as some type of sincere, girl power, me too,
Come on.
Feminist, I'm a woman too. I've been, whatever. I got pictures out there. I don't want nobody to see anything. But she didn't do that. So now we got all these women around the world looking at Kenya. It's like, how dare you? Like, especially when it comes to policing other women's bodies. Like, why would you do that and put somebody on display like that? And I don't understand why people don't understand that.
And I think that she and some of the people that support her believe that if you can't be smart enough to say that I do feel uncomfortable with the way I trained you, but you know what? I own the fact that I crossed the line. I'm not going to say that you were right, Britt. I'm not saying that the way I've experienced you was the right thing, but I have to own what I've done, and what I have going on with Bravo got nothing to do with you. Obviously, they had ignored me many times. There are many times I've talked to them, I felt like they've ignored me. I told that to Carlos King last year sometime. So that has nothing to do with you, but she didn't do that. She's trying to do receipts and it didn't work out. Now, I want another thing too. Yes, in season 5 reunion, she said, don't come for me unless I come for you. But she also said right after that, she was going to knock out a pregnant woman's teeth. Okay. She was physically in front of her threatening a pregnant woman. It had nothing to do with the closet. She was in front of Phaedra saying that she wanted to physically attack her. Okay. So, and then it was so shocking that the episode went off. So yeah, you went further than Britt ever did. Britt has not threatened a pregnant woman to her face. Then
she tried to back up and say, did you see Phaedra had a taser? Hell, Phaedra had a taser to protect herself from you and your gun.
Right. You know what? But she was pregnant at one point, and so that there's no justifying her threatening a pregnant woman. And another thing too about Nene. So I've always felt this way. The ladies on that show. So at one point, Kenya at one point, and her fans said some of the most horrific, terrible things about Nene. One of the things I thought was disgusting was this, not Kenya that says, but her fans did. Nene, you out here trying to use George Floyd, okay? You're trying to use a Black Lives Movement in a way to justify what you say is going on at Bravo. No, now we understand, Kenya understands very well that what Nene was saying was true, because it was Kenya. Bravo was, now mind you, the same fans that are trying to attack the people who are questioning Kenya were the same ones that said that Bravo is the best thing in the world, that Kenya is having a good time at Bravo, that Bravo could do no wrong. But now all of a sudden they don't want to watch the show. Bravo is the devil, and he's a devil. But he was not that way a couple of years ago when Nene was saying she was having difficulty. They blamed Nene, and they said that she was using George Floyd and she was using Black Lives to get the lawsuit going and stuff like that. So they have to own that. They have to own that they was that nasty to Nene, who said exactly what now Kenya is saying. Now, you know what the good thing about Nene is she could go a little, she can definitely say I told you so. She can definitely be crazy and do
that's the point. Like, I do think that Kenya is being treated differently than, say, a Kyle would or a Vanderpump would. But at the end of the day, like, it's your karma, because when you had the opportunity to stand up against that type of treatment, you know what I'm saying, you didn't do it. Now here you are, you're facing the decisions again, like I always say, the decisions of your own actions, and your words are coming back to bite you in the butt.
And the last thing, and I let the people call in, and you're right about that. Last thing too is that, so the two women, and you said it just recently, the two women had, they had an issue, and Britt, and so that the idea, so through the grace of God, that saved Britt, because she had that incident at the table. Somebody contacted her, obviously. She went to Kenya's event. She was a lady about it. She gave it a flower. She gave it a card. She said, "Oh, this woman is about to do something, or she's not really in my energy. I'm out this door." That was it. That was the way the record is. That's the facts. The fans can't change that. That's it. Everything that happened after, Kenya was responsible for. So Britt listened to the network. That's why she's still there. She obviously listened to them. They said, "Britt, no, this is the star. She's one of the stars here. You're going to have to go to that salon. You're going to have to apologize. You're going to do." And Britt did everything they told her to do. And also, Britt don't bring the network in her complaints publicly. Publicly, she doesn't go to all the places and say, "Oh, well, the producers." I actually believe the producers were stirring the pot, but she don't say that publicly. You know, she kind of just kept it like, you know what, I was wrong, but I'm sure there was more to it. And also, what about Ming Lee? She went over that too fast for me. Yeah, because you know, that's what I asked you, because I would ask you. That's what I really wanted to ask you.
Well, Ming said she had the images in her phone still, or whatever, you know. And Ming is on a totally different show on a totally different network. And I guess the only reason Kenya even bringing her up is because now Kenya ain't on no show. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, nobody really cares what Ming got to say. Honestly, we really don't. Like, most people don't even know who Ming Lee is, you know. But she's gonna be on Basketball Wives next season with Ty Young. But
So I really want to ask you, I don't know what other people call, because I really had to say, Atlanta, and I was like, maybe Michelle, no, Ming Lee. So the word on the curve was, and you probably already know this, that Ming and some other lady named Akila or whatever, who's friendly with, I forget the woman's name, who's friendly with Kenya currently, and they were kind of around the season. They were in different scenes and stuff like that. They cannot stand. They cannot stand Britt. Can't stand her with a passion.
Well, originally, you know, they both dated the same person. I don't think that it was like they couldn't stand her, because Ming and Britt used to be friends. So I don't know that they fell out, but I think, you know, people started to put two and two together, and they both dated Rick Ross as well as Lyra Galore, and they were all in the same friend circle. So yeah, I don't think it was any competition there, because none of them are dating him now.
No,
but I think that was a narrative that was put out there. Ming, of course, says she still got pictures of Britt in her own phones, but again, nobody cares. Like, whatever.
Well, listen,
but I don't think Ming did it. Like, I believe Kenya when she says she hired a private investigator. She said it. They got it on, you know, on the show. And then she said this time she did an investigation. She keeps saying an investigation, but at the end of the day, wherever they were, your investigation kind of turned up where to go look for them. Nobody else, no layperson, nobody on the internet knows right now where they can go specifically go look for these images, because people have been Googling and still haven't found
That's a good point. You know, and I keep saying, like, this was so good. This your recap, the lead. So I'll say this last thing. I know you don't watch Potomac. You made a good point. The girls in Potomac are smarter in that regard, because what they always say is, "Oh, a fan sent it to me in a DM." They never take ownership of that. They search for it and they got the information. They always say it fell into their laps. Most housewives say that. They go, "Oh, I didn't buy no white page. I didn't do none of that. It just fell. It just fell into my lap. I saw it somewhere." They're very vague about it. But for her to own that she's, researched, and then she, that is a good point. So yeah, I know she can get out of that.
Well, thank you, Mel. I appreciate you for calling, friend.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Woods.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing, Michelle?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So, I just want to say, and I'm gonna stand by my words. I'm not gonna try to be too long-winded at all, but I feel as though that, with this whole situation for Kenya, she don't have no protection. A lot of people that fought for her to be on this show is no longer on that show, so she don't have anybody in her corner. You know what I'm saying? She really thought that she was good bosom buddies with the network, and Andy included. And if people pay attention to all the changes that have been made in the higher ups, then you would see and know that it's clear as day. Anybody that works in corporate America, anybody that got a job, whether you working at McDonald's or the corner store, if you sweeping the floor anywhere, if HR is going to side with somebody that you retaliate against, you will always lose the battle. And if you don't believe me, come ask me about it, because I've been part of a couple of those situations. Okay, we all have, because we can definitely say, all of us as African American Black people go up against people and they jump in the ring and think that they're gonna whoop our ass, and then all of a sudden when we retaliate, then they looking like egg on their face. And this is a prime example of Kenya. And this is another thing I want y'all to think about. I see a lot of women, and Jazzy Bell, I'm gonna call you out. You over here screaming out free Kenya and all this, that, and the third. If any of y'all women can stand by any woman, and I'm not saying what Britt did was wrong, but if any woman or anybody on this earth can stand behind this lady and say, that was she was right, she's vindicated, she apologized, that is wrong. That's embarrassing to the women black race in this culture.
The
You
women
can do
black.
whatever you
There's women, period, though. To me,
women,
it's like,
yeah,
yeah.
period. Like that's why I draw the line. There is no moral compass whatsoever in this country, in this world. Everybody wants to be a part of the entertainment industry. Everybody is a fan, and everybody want to switch hit and flip flop depending on who their favorites are. But when you wake up in the morning, we are all human beings, and don't nobody cast my check but me.
Mm-hmm.
Not you, Michelle, not people in this comments, nobody. When
And
you
you
have a
take
more,
accountability for the things that you
yes,
do.
yes. If you cannot wake up and be accountable and just say, you know what, I was wrong for doing this. I'm humble enough to do this. I had this conversation with my father a couple of days ago about
Mhm.
just having a humble approach. And see, when you're in the entertainment industry, and I always take this back to Kenya, is a pertinent, important part of Black history because she holds a title. And I said this in on Discord. Vanessa Williams would never. Halle Berry
Mm.
would never.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
is not, this is the truth of the matter. And for her to come on here and say all this old type of stuff about this, that, and the third, and even when Nene was wrong, I'm still gonna hold her feet to the fire. She's still one of my favorites. Even with
Mm.
Portia, she's still one of my favorites. Even with Kandi or whoever else, even with you. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Mhm.
gonna hold their feet to the fire. You can stand up in that, but this is the thing, and this is also what y'all have to see. Y'all remember how nasty and vindictive and how they had their nose turned up in the air because they signed their contracts and they was wearing Lanithia leaks out. And
Yes.
I want y'all to pay attention to something that Nene said. Kenya Moore will be the demise of this show. And hello, ladies and gentlemen, look at what's going on. These ratings are trash. The fans are divided. We are not having the authenticity that needs to be. It's always about everybody, anybody that's on these shows getting a lick back. And then also pay attention to this. None of them are wrong. Guess what? They all video hoes and vixens. All of them. Britt,
All of them.
Kenya, Portia,
All of them.
Kandi, Ming
Mhm.
Lee, Drew Sidora. Go back. Go back and see. They all were
Okay.
part of this
Kenya, her
industry.
Smooth magazine, King
Yeah.
magazine with her butt shots and everything.
Yeah,
Child.
and there's nothing wrong with that because guess what?
Yeah.
Black is beautiful. It's
Mhm.
beautiful. We love to see
And
that.
we are in ownership of our own bodies. And like you talk about
Exactly.
sex work and all of that, and like, video vixens and all of that. Like at the end of the day, like if it may not be something that I would do, but like I'm not gonna stop nobody else from doing it, and I'm not gonna demean anybody who did it.
Yeah.
Like, why would I sit here and talk about somebody sucking dick? Like,
Yeah,
first,
like that.
like
That's
it's
like the great.
stupid.
That's stupid. It's degrading because it's just like you doing your investigation. Yeah, you did that. Yeah, you apologized, but it's too late. It's
Yeah.
too late. Like you
Yeah.
took away from the reboot of this show. Now
Mhm.
you have your moment. You can be the moment. But I'm
Mhm.
really willing to say and hope to see, Kenya, what your new jobs is gonna be.
Yeah.
But when your daughter turns 18 years old, I really want to see if she gonna look you in your face and say, "Mommy, you did a good job. You did so great by me, mommy."
She might not be speaking to her. Like, I don't
You
know.
see what I'm saying? Like, and that's the only thing I have to say. And I say this again. We have to have a moral compass. Step outside of yourself and stop being a fan and just be a human. This
Mm.
stuff is wrong. It's
Mm.
wrong. And Don Juan with your ashy ass lips, shut up.
Not done. What he say?
Girl over there bopping and bopping for Kenya. Oh, this, that, and the third. Just
Oh,
bopping
that's
for Kenya.
Candy's mouthpiece because Candy
Yeah,
can't do
you know
it
what I'm
right now.
saying? Like
Oh, okay.
sometimes, and I'm part of the LGBTQAI community, but sometimes y'all gay men need to shut the hell up. And some
Mm.
of y'all probably telling me to shut the hell up. But
Oh.
sometimes we gotta have a moral compass. Like
Uh-huh.
put all that shit to the side for a minute. This is ridiculous how we sit back letting these people make a mockery of our culture.
Oh.
We got other shit to be worried about instead of revenge porn. Like
Oh.
it's horrible. In Kenya, I'll see you next season if you come back. I hope you have a redemption somewhere, but please give us some change. You're almost 60 years old, and you can't keep up with what's current. You can't keep getting mad at these pretty girls that's coming behind me. I'm just saying.
We're not gonna age shame, but I just feel like she's old enough to know better. You know what I'm saying? That's why I keep bringing up her age. She is old enough to know better. People keep saying she's 54. Okay, well, she closer to 60 than she is to 30. So
Right, just like I'm closer to 50 than I am 20. Like,
okay, like however old she is, she should know better. Like, I don't care how old she is, she should know better.
and this is my last thing, and I told you this a year ago, Michelle. God was protecting you from that event.
Oh, definitely.
And you know I love you to death, but they knew that if you was in that event, we would have had that tea like we got it, but it would have been piping her off the press, and it wouldn't have been
I
no
would have had to
secret.
sign a non-disclosure, and I probably couldn't have told you. That's
Well,
the gag.
we would have found out some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how the squad do.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you were protected from that, and I'm glad that you really didn't have to go through that. You feel what I'm saying? Because it just was nasty, and I just wish that as Kenya, as a business owner, I really do wish her well. I really want her to. I want somebody to really just teach her how to not win in such a nasty, vindictive way, and
Yeah.
always, put excuses or deflect on just anything that you do wrong. It's okay to be humble and say I'm wrong and move forward. People respect you more doing that as opposed to just jumping on your bandwagon, how we do this day. And I hope you go to Patreon later because there's a couple people I want to go head to head with. Yeah.
All right. Okay. It
Love
probably
y'all. Have a good night.
love
Peace
you
and blessings
more.
and all that too. Y'all,
Thanks for
y'all be
good.
good. You're
Appreciate
welcome.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye. Hi, Mal. Hi, Diva.
Saturday, Michelle.
How you doing?
I am well. I'm not going to stay up here too long, so I just had a couple of things I wanted to say.
Okay.
First of all, I'm starting to get frustrated that nobody is holding Britt accountable for her part in all this. I'm not justifying what Kenya did, but nobody has said Britt was out of order and that she was being nasty and going after Kenya. So there's that. However, what Kenya did was absolutely disgusting. There's no way to justify that. And to piggyback on what the previous caller was saying, Kenya does not have any protection at the network. They don't like her. They do not like her at all. And they wanted her up out of there, and they got her up out of there. All that to say she is good TV. Those ratings are dropping. And I think they'll ask her to come back, but it won't be for season 17. It'll be following that. And I don't think she should come back. Because if you don't have no protection, why would you come back? They're going to give you a bad edit. But because she is good TV,
What kind of protection did she need when she went and printed out pornographic images at work?
She just needed discernment not to do that.
But how could Bravo have protected her in that instance?
What I'm picking up on, but she's not explicitly saying, is that she went to production like she did what she was supposed to do. She went to production and HR, and they didn't do anything to hold Britt accountable, is what I'm picking up on.
Like, we don't know what actions they took to punish Britt. You know what I'm saying? But we do know that Britt apologized 3 times. Like, she apologized when she was with a group of ladies. She apologized when she was with Kelly in the van, and then she apologized to Kenya directly. She brought her flowers. So people can say that they didn't do anything, but clearly Britt was pushed to make amends. And meanwhile, Kenya, in lieu of all of those apologies that Britt did before, during and subsequently at the damn hair spa, Kenya still proceeded to do what she did even after the apologies. To me, that gave that kind of negated everything that came before it, and Kenya was held accountable for what she did.
I can't believe she fumbled that bag. If I had a job going to brunch and to dinner, dressing up and throwing light shade and going on vacation.
Exactly.
I don't know why Atlanta went dark. I wish it would go back to just, we're going to go have brunch. We're going to go to dinner. We're going to go to vacation, and we're going to do harmless shade and kiki and stunt on TV and collect these checks and go on about our business so we can feed our families. But I think that she needs to get with Kandi and get some advice on how to get a production deal and create a series on her spa, her business. She has a beautiful head of hair.
Well,
You know,
I feel like she should have did a long time ago. To me,
she
it's
should
like
do a show like that.
not
And
doing
I
nothing.
read somewhere that Mark's back in Atlanta. She could even do a show with the focus on Mark opening a restaurant or something like that. And Brooklyn could be on both shows to regain her college fund. Like, I think that she needs to move on from RHOA. And I think in her confessional, she didn't say anything bad against Andy or the network, but she did go after production. They're not going to protect her if she comes back. So she doesn't need to. She needs to move along and create a show about her spa, her hair products, another show about Mark opening a restaurant, the ATL or something like that, and keep it moving. That's all. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Hello. Who is this? Bias.com. I kicked myself out. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, who is bias.com?
Can you hear me?
Yes, Jezebel.
What's up, Michelle?
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm wonderful.
You looking very Miami Beach or something today. I don't know. It might be the glasses. I don't know.
Miami Beach. Okay.
And the hair. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah. So I just wanted to call in really quickly and say that Fallon's cousin had no business coming on this show trying to do this to Kenya. You know, I don't have a dog in this fight, but I really, really don't like that the Princess of Decatur got all her friends on this show doing this mess to Kenya Moore.
Who is the Princess of Decatur?
Portia. Y'all need
So
to
you think Portia went and got Fallon's cousin to come on the show?
Britt is Fallon's cousin. Yes.
I know that. Remember, I reported it.
So this is just a whole.
But I don't. But why you think Portia got Fallon's cousin? Portia and Fallon ain't friends.
Are they not?
You think they are?
You don't think so?
You think they colluded to get Simon?
I think something. Y'all need to read in between the lines here. Like, this is a whole bunch of mess. And Britt is trigger happy. She's always talking about, you know, the pew-pews. She's been talking about it for years, even when she was with Rick Ross. She always talking about she fight over gas station parking spots at the pump. She does this all the time. Kenya was just too smart for her own britches. She couldn't let God work and do his magic on his own. Kenya, you disappointed me, Kenya. You have lost a member of Team Twirl, Kenya.
Were you Team Twirl?
It depends. Like
what is it? Wait, what does it depend on?
It just depends on how she made me feel whatever season.
Oh.
I was a fair weather Team Twirl. I wasn't really, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I just wanted to say that. And Michelle, you need to be fair and have an open mind.
Wait, I have an open mind. What are you talking about?
Kenya took accountability and responsibility.
She did not. She did not take. When she take accountability? How can somebody take accountability and then go back and say, "Well, you said you scrubbed the internet, but you clearly didn't get everything." Like
she said that she should not have done it. She said she regretted doing it, and she said she wished she had her $400K back, and she would not have spent the money to remodel that what y'all call it, event space. That's what she said in her video. Did you hear her?
Okay, if you say so.
How am I backpedaling? What y'all want me to say?
What does Kenya being beautiful got to do with anything? She's pretty stupid. That's what she is. She is pretty stupid.
No, but for real, I think Kenya really messed up. She shot herself in the foot. She should not have done that. I really thought Kenya was smarter than that. Britt is not really a favorite, and she's right. Britt was actually kind of boring. However, I just feel like Kenya should have left it alone because Britt probably was going to be a one season wonder anyway, and it would have, played itself out. But she did mess up, and then she said she was invited to the reunion, but she was uninvited. So do you really? Because you said you think she's lying.
Yeah, because originally she said that she wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
You got to watch it. And then she said, I mean, I was invited, but I was disinvited. Girl, just like I was disinvited to your hair spa. That's what it's giving me.
Well, I guess that's it. Are you going to Patreon?
Maybe later. I haven't even had dinner yet. I got to go get dinner. I've been on for 2 hours. I didn't even realize it.
All right, because I think Mr. Woods got a bone to pick with me. I don't know why he want to argue, but okay. All right,
we can do a midnight show. Stay up.
Okay, bye.
Hi, prophetess.
Hi, Michelle.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm wonderful.
Well, you ready for the prophetess to hit the chat?
I'm ready. Go ahead.
All right, well, let's go ahead on and talk about how this whole entire show was narcissistic. Can we talk about that? This is exactly what narcissists do.
Yes, let's do it. Go ahead.
Yeah, you said the right word. This was a whole bunch of gaslighting. That's exactly what it was. Did you or did you not? I'm gonna ask you some questions, Michelle. Did you or did you not see an inflated sense of self-importance during this whole episode that she aired?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Key characteristic of a narcissist. That's the first thing. All right. Next question. Do you feel that she needs to be admired?
That she feels the need to be admired?
Yes. Yes.
Of course, yes. I feel like, she was speaking to her team twirl, like her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly, because narcissists constantly seek attention and praise from others, seeking validation. Okay, so there we go. Question number 3. Did she display any type of empathy?
I didn't see it.
Okay, there we go. Narcissists often have difficulty understanding or sharing the feelings of others. Okay. Did you think that she tends to take advantage of others, when they're trying to achieve their own goals and kind of disregarding the feelings and the needs of others when she's on the show?
Yes.
Absolutely. That's called exploitative behavior in a narcissist. Yes, ma'am. All right. Do you think that Kenya thinks that she deserves special treatment and has a strong sense of entitlement?
Clearly, yes.
Okay, there you go. Key narcissist right there. Do you think that Kenya is very arrogant and is very grandiose?
Definitely.
Okay, she boasts a lot. She's very pretentious. She acts as if she's better than everybody else. Okay. And here it is, sensitivity to criticism. I remember when she was on the Tamron Hall show, and what I remember is she would not accept accountability until Tamron called her out and said, now, Kenya, you can't really say, that part.
That's how I felt, because people have, we be on our little group chats and stuff, and people be telling me, oh, she apologized on Tamron Hall. But I was like, if I remember correctly, I didn't feel she was apologetic. I feel like she went to Tamron Hall to promote that AI book.
Yes.
And she just used that opportunity of the controversy of the show to do that. And so, yeah, I didn't feel like she apologized on that show. But
yeah, and it wasn't until Tamron called her out on it. Please find that clip, Michelle, and play it. All right. And then my last question, does she often have aggressive responses when people throw shade?
Clearly, yes.
Yeah, so she reacts a lot in anger or rage, in which that is what we saw. She wasn't afraid of Britt using a pistol. She was afraid of losing her position on the show. And I honestly think that Bravo was very smart. I think they've been trying to find a way to get her off of the show because people are tired of the shenanigans, especially after the pandemic. People are looking at life differently, and they want to see something different on reality TV. You know what I'm saying? They want to see the good parts, like the gentleman said before, and I think the young lady said before. So that's all I wanted to say tonight, Michelle.
Okay, well, we appreciate your wisdom.
Thank you so much. Love y'all, squad.
Prophetess.
All right, bye.
Bye. Prince of New York.
Hey, Michelle.
How you doing?
Good, good. What was that woman thinking? What
You
was she
tell
thinking?
me. You tell me. This is y'all. I done already spent 2 hours telling y'all what I thought. You tell me what you
I'm
thought.
trying to understand because when you were saying you thought she was smarter than that, man, how on one hand are you trying to paint this narrative like you were scared this girl have a gun? In what world is it smart to antagonize anybody who you think can shoot you or cause any harm to you? Like, what was she thinking? Like, she is not an ounce a bit sorry for what she did. Because, like you said, she premeditated it. She had, what, at least a day to think about what she was doing. The night before, she had to have planned to do that, go to Kinko's, print it out. She had all that time to stop and say, this is not the right thing to do. So either she's dumb as a box of rocks, or she's just delusional and thought that she wouldn't have any consequences. So
I think she got too many yes people around her, and people just be telling her, yes, yes, you're the queen, you're beautiful, you're a superstar, yes, yes, do it. You
well,
can do
she
it.
is, but she's not sorry for what she's did. She's sorry that she's lost her job and she's been held accountable because
Exactly.
she's have a way to talk her way out of things, and this is just one big check she can't cash. And like she really just proved to me when she was saying all that. Oh, I'm trying to get my 80K pack. Yes, you're living Bravo paycheck to paycheck. I don't care how much you want to brag, but you're not very smart because you think Bravo is going to keep that big liability keeping you? No, they go use the rest of your salary to pay Britt, dumb.
Okay. And Phaedra.
Man.
Remember, the only reason Phaedra is back is because Kenya got fired. Remember, because Phaedra wasn't scheduled to be back this season.
No, and you know what? I'm not subscribing to her channel because that video was dull as hell. It was like pulling teeth. And I said this all the time, like she's a good supporting cast, but she's not a queen bee. Like she's not a Nene. She's not what Nene was to Real Housewives. She's not what Jocelyn was to Love and Hip Hop. You got to have a queen bee. And that's the problem with Bravo. That's why they're failing. They don't have anybody to hold it together. She needs somebody there to nag and pick with. So I won't be subscribing. I'll be watching your reviews, but she really just proved to me either and I hate to say, either she's really slow or she's acting slow. One of the two.
Yeah, I just wish she would have like come on and just, I don't know, just said I'm a woman and I know how women, just what she did was just, to me, was just gross.
But see, the thing is, like, had she done that and gave a sincere apology and just lay low, people are really forgiving because they want to forgive her because she's pretty and she's a woman and blah, blah, blah. But as a grown man, I can say I thought that was completely wrong. I don't understand how she has so far. I only hear defense for women. And in no world, like, say this was like Britt's ex or something, it was a man. Would y'all saying women be excusing it?
No,
absolutely not. So is it that you want to protect women or is it that you just hate men? That's all I'm trying to say because I'm a grown man. I think that was dead wrong for what she did.
Yeah, I do too.
But anywho, it was nice chatting with you. I'm going to finish my drink. Good show. You look fabulous.
A pleasure. Thank you so much, Prince.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, I'm scared of these rest of the people. Hey, y'all, come on in. Hey, Nick.
How you doing, Michelle?
Good. How you doing?
I'm all right. You look pretty.
Thank you.
I like your style. I'm the one that's usually in the chat. I don't really like do social media like that, but I'm the one that always tell you look pretty and Lil Oprah. I'm the one that always says.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, because I just like your style. It's just chic. I like
it. Thank you.
Just a little bit off topic though.
Okay.
When you titled one of your shows, I think like 2 weeks ago, I apologize to Funky Dineva. I'm just gonna be petty for a moment.
Okay, Lord, where are we going here? Okay.
But every now and then.
Go ahead.
But anyway, so you titled it I Apologize to Funky Dineva. So when I tell you my smile that was from ear to ear turned into the meanest scowl, I was like,
when you saw the title?
The title, I was like, I said, she better not. And then when I watched the video, I was like, that's my
Well,
girl.
my apology was literally the same as his, So yeah.
My point is that you never disappoint. I just love the video. All right. You stay on cue, you stay on. So I was like, good. All right, now back to Kenya. When I called her last time, I know I referenced her to being like Trump. In essence, what I was saying is, like Prophetess said, she hit it on the nail. It's the archetype. It goes back to the archetype. I know she's a Black woman on the outside, but I'm telling you, I'm from New York City. We used to dealing with white people on a regular day-to-day basis. We coexist with them. You know what I'm saying? She got the archetype of a white man, an angry white man. And yes, she is
not an angry white man.
Angry white man, yes. And I don't want to offend anybody, but she's a narcissist. She really is. And I think that we need to be able to identify these kind of people. So it's funny because I was like, Mark nicknamed her Ken. I was like, wow, Ken. He could have found a more suitable, cute, feminine nickname for her. And I went back to the scene where I forgot what season it was, when Mark finally showed up on Real Housewives. And normally, like, you know, when you nickname your partner, it's usually like a term of endearment or it's out of love. Like if I say Michelle and I shorten your name to Shell, I'll say like times when we happy. Now, when it's times I'm upset with you, I'll be like Michelle for emphasis. I wouldn't use it at that time when I'm being stern or I'm showing aggression. So when I looked at the scene when they were in the I think they were in that bowling place or whatever, he was upset with her. He was real stern and curt with her, and he called her Ken. And I'm like, ooh, you normally don't call a nickname. You don't call a nickname when you're angry. So I'm like, is Mark trying to tell us something without telling us something? And then I looked at the pseudo wedding photos and I'm like, there wasn't even a kiss.
A fist bump.
There wasn't a hug. It was a fist bump. So I'm just trying to get you to really, that's like, I'm a bottom line thinker. So I like to look at things from the bottom and then work my way up. Now, as far as Kenya is concerned, you know, there's two type of people in this world. It's either the villain or the victor. And when I watch like Superman, Batman, whatever, me personally, I know I don't like the villain in anything. Now, sometimes you got to move through the villain role, but I don't lead with being a villain. And I'm a Gemini, so I'm a duality. I understand that. I don't like this type of person. She triggers me. She just triggers me. And I know I'm making it personal because even though it's just a show, you're hurting somebody in real life. It's real life. And whoever sides with someone like this, they need to really take a good introspective look at themselves. Because let me tell you something before I go. You know, I'm a mother, and before I had my son, I didn't want kids. You understand what I'm saying? And I had them. You know, I'm from the hood. Everybody had their kid 2018. I was like one of the last ones. I had my one and only child at 28. And let me tell you something. There's something that comes with when you become a parent. There's no greater love the love from a mother to a child. There is a huge amount of worry that happens when you become a parent. Because when you successfully have a healthy baby, free of disabilities, even if the baby got disabilities or whatever, you are beyond merciful, and you're thankful to Jehovah God that you were able to achieve to give life, if you're fortunate enough to give life. Because the worry comes from, let me tell you where that worry comes from. You start to think of all the messed up things you did to people. You start to add it up. You start to tally it up, because we all commit sin. But if you are a 54-year-old lady, over half a century old, and you got a small, young school-age child, and you are still approaching life like this, those sins keep tallying up. And you better become God-fearing. That's all I'm saying, because I'm going through something right now because of something I did. The sins of the father fall on the child. You better know that. This lady she's dangerous. That's a dangerous woman. You don't want to encounter somebody like that. That pseudo cop 911 phone call, that's a step above a Karen. That's a step up from a Karen. That's a Ken. You know, she's a dangerous woman. And I will never in my life surround myself with people like that. But first, we need to be able to identify what that is. She is a narcissist. She's a textbook Narcissist. Y'all see her smiling on the outside? Believe me, when them doors are closed, and it's her and that baby, nothing but tears. I see it in her eyes because pain recognize pain. I see it. I see it. So all you young ladies, all you young men, do not emulate that. All you men, do not chase that. Because the Black community has got to stop looking at the outward appearance. Stop looking at Kenya. Start looking closely at Ken. Look at Ken. That's not Kenya. That's Ken. Kenya's on the outside. Ken is on the inside. And we know as we ladies get older, we could still look good, but we still don't look as good as we did when we was like 20, 25. So Kenya is certainly going to soon start looking like Ken. Stop focusing on outward appearances. Look at the character of a person. That's what's important. And that's all I got.
Well, I appreciate it, friend Nick. Thank you for calling.
I wanted to say too, I was like, you know what? If I've been to Atlanta like 3 times, I was like, you know, if I ever make my way to Atlanta and see Funky Dineva, I swear to God.
Oh, God.
If he's
See, I'd be accused to bring him up every live. And when I don't bring him up, y'all bring him up. Why?
I just love it. Because you just stay on it the way you need to. Because what you're doing is harmless. You just reliving what somebody did to you. You're not doing anything foul or harmful. I said, if I ever see him, even if he's at an earshot distance or if he's across the street, I swear to God, knowing the kind of person I am, I'm going to be like, where is the washer dryer? Because I swear to God, I want to know if he still got it. I just want to know. I'm just curious.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, friend. Thank you for calling.
Have a good night.
All right.
Bye.
Oh, Lord. Hello.
Hey, baby.
Wait a minute. Who's next? Under the Sea.
Hey, my baby. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm okay, baby. I just want to get some mother wisdom to some of these ingrates and ingrown heads that we got going around here. That last caller needs to deal with her internal pain. That sounds like some internal hurt from a pretty beat trying to befriend her and she not being able to take. Stop taking your stuff out on TV. This is a TV show. You talking about only 2 type of characters. There is a protagonist and an antagonist, my baby. Learn. If you're going to come up here and speak, you got to learn. Get yourself somewhere and sit down and learn something. Now, I appreciate this woman, this Black woman from an inner city to take ownership of her actions. Yeah, they were reactionary, but there was a cause for it. We cannot get away from that. That girl did give her a terroristic threat, baby. And that's definition. She came there talking about, I got a piece for a bee like you. Baby, the old me would have snatched that ragamuffin nose off for her to get it done again, baby. I don't play them type of games. I'm old school, baby. If you say it, you better mean it.
Okay.
Now, she took ownership of that. Yes, it wasn't right for her to go search up her past because we all have a past. But in us having a past, our past is not going to be up for a profit when you posting it up online on X Hamster and all the other sites for your goodies to be played with. Keep your in the words of Jocelyn Hernandez.
But what business
close
is
your
it of
dick
yours
sucker.
to pull up somebody's
If it's out there,
sexual
baby,
past?
if it's out there, baby, and you came from me with a PP, I'm gonna say you got a PP in your mouth, and I'm gonna show the picture. And I showed the picture of that PP in your mouth when you had the pew for me, baby. I'm just saying, own it. Be ahead of the game. You gotta be ahead of the game, my baby. And that's why we gotta gag. If you ain't gonna be ahead of the game and not own your past and try to say you scrub the tub and you still got rings around that sucker, it ain't clean, baby. Your background ain't squeaky clean and Jill's got words, my baby. We got to understand that this lady has apologized in that video more than 3 times. It is dead. It's not even about Britt at this point. It's about Bravo and how they do us Black girls. It's not right. And it's never going to be okay. And so now that Kenya is receiving the treatment of a Nene Leakes, you gotta stay in the fire to be fortified, my baby. Stand up and take care of your responsibilities. Now that she's standing up, own the fact that you made a mistake. Yes, you showed it. And yes, they're done with you. But now this is your time to focus on your next step. You gotta go to the next step, baby. You gotta go to the next step. This is only a mark. It's already say mark anyway, but it's only a mark in your steps. The show needs to plateau you to the next level. Be independent and not dependent on this network because they showed you that they don't like you. Truly Originals has shown you they're not going to protect you. They're only going to use you and abuse you like that dick did to Britt. We got to let it go. Get the dick out your mouth and push forward.
All right, that's a word. Well, I appreciate you, Team Twirl.
It's not even about Team Twirl, baby. I'm old school, baby. I'm here for the girls who understand it, not the girls that's upset because a girl like that took their man or they got pregnant by their baby daddy at 28 or 29 in the back hallway of the hood, baby, or the elevator, baby. I'm not here for that. I'm here for taking ownership of your actions and your deeds and not putting it on this reality show. This is a reality show. That's their job. On their job, you might can show somebody porno tape, but on your job, you can't because you got to sort that mail out. You got to ask if they want fries, extra napkins.
All right. Thank you so much. Good night. Why y'all doing this? NF, hi.
Hey, Michelle, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. No, I just want to make this quick.
Okay.
First of all, that lady was hilarious, a mess. But I feel that Kenya, she came on the scene like hell on wheels. And them saying that she was a narcissist was 1000% correct. And as much as crazy as Matt was, he had one thing right about her. He said she was fundamentally
manipulative and fundamentally deceptive.
He said behind closed doors, she was hell on wheels. But when those cameras came on, she knew how to put it on for the cameras. And even Kandi called her out one time and said, Kenya, you're good at calling out what other people do, but you never take accountability for what you do. She said that around the time that Portia and Cynthia got into it. And they were at that brunch after Cynthia kicked her. And Kandi said it. And I don't see how people just don't see that she thrives in chaos. She thrives in chaos, and it's always somebody else's fault. And she's the queen of saying, well, I don't come for people until they come for me. Well, with Tanya, she came for Tanya before Tanya even brought up that wig situation. She was ready to come for Tanya and Tanya's marriage. She just does not get along with women. When she sees someone happy, she always tries to come for their relationships, find a way to bring them down and expose them. She did it with Portia and Bolo, but it's always somebody else's fault. She wanted to expose Portia and slut shame Portia, and Portia did nothing to her. They were trying to have a good time for Cynthia's bachelorette party, and she was busting it wide open on the floor. And then when she got in her feelings about how Bolo was eyeballing Portia, all of a sudden she got to expose her. She's never happy. And if you really go back and look at those old seasons, she's always miserable. She's always miserable. But when she gets in front of a crowd, she puts on a show. But she's the queen of saying that somebody else is looking for a moment. When if you look at it, she always has to be the center of attention everywhere she goes. And I don't see how people just don't see it. Now, in this situation, she went way too far. Britt went too far. Both of them went far. But seeing this little confession she did, it just brought back all the old memories of just how many times you was out of line. A person can say something so small to her, and I swear she'll come back with the person's mistress, with the person's, ex-wife, and just trying to blow up the whole spot. Something is wrong with her. She needs to seek therapy. And just because your relationship with your mom was not perfect, that does not give you a right to be evil. And I'm about to go, but who was that? Phaedra was right. She said, "Child, she's the devil's little sister, child."
Oh. All right, kiss the baby for me. Thank you for calling in.
I will. Y'all have a good evening.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
I think that's the last call. No, Nick called back. Lord, Nick. Hello? Your mic is muted.
Oh my
Hello?
God. You
There
want
you
to
go.
now who was that saying? Oh my God. First of all,
I know you didn't call back to address the troll.
no, I'm not petty like that. Like I said before, there's the villain and the victor. So there's always going to be people that fall into that category, and that person, whoever that is clearly one of them. And they don't play for my team anyway.
Well, it's okay. I understand that, like I said, everybody does not think like me. There's people that's going to agree with me, there's people that's going to disagree with me. But at the end of the day, like, everybody has the right to their opinion. So that's why I allow, the team twirl to speak.
No, absolutely. And that's why the victor needs to crush the villain every single time.
Yeah.
Love needs to lead. We need to lead through love. And that's it. And it as far as it being a TV show, I understand it's a TV show, but you're hurting people in real life. Britt is somebody's daughter. Britt is somebody's sister. Britt is somebody's aunt. You can't do that.
Britt is a fellow woman, period. Yep. Like, I just cannot imagine me as a woman, period. Like, releasing naked pictures of another woman performing this. Like, I don't know. I just wouldn't do it. Like, even my worst enemy, I couldn't do that to him. Like, why? What's the purpose?
No, and it's a really serious offense, and it is illegal. So you have to, like, I have a teenager, for instance, right? So, you have to talk to them to let them know, listen, I know y'all like to do your sexting and you like to do all of this. You just got to make sure nothing from the neck up is shown, because that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. There was a story about these two, I think it was these two kids in Nigeria. They got some photos of some kid out in the US. I don't know what state he was from, but they put a bunch of photos up about him. Oh, they were threatening him. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. He committed suicide. Just so that wouldn't come out, he committed suicide. So like I said, you may say it's TV, but she showed it to two or however many hundred people. She showed it to a room full of actual people. Some extras, some strangers. That's a serious offense. And if you
it is, we can't talk about that topic, but you have. But I appreciate you calling in. We made it to 2 hours and 45 minutes, and she just messed up my monetization.
Well, me, I didn't say nothing wrong.
No, it's all good. It's just certain words we can't use, and that was one of them. Please don't repeat it. Please don't repeat it, Lord.
All right.
But it's all good. You didn't know.
And lastly, I'm not from the ghetto. Okay, you don't I was never from the ghetto. I live in New York City. Do you know how much?
Why are you defending yourself against somebody you don't know? You don't know that person that called in.
Oh, I paid car insurance today for $853. Still pissed me off, and that's every month with this teenage son on it. Boy, go sit down. All right, have a good night, Michelle.
Thank you. You too. Oh, Lord. Okay. I appreciate everyone who called in tonight. This has been amazing. Hold on. Somebody else back there. Lord, I be trying to get everybody, Lord. I be trying. It's one more person called in. Let me see what they got to say. Hello, Joyce. How you doing?
Hi, Michelle.
Hey.
I like Kenya.
Okay.
I like Kenya.
I won't hold it against you.
Look, and why y'all everybody always hating on Kenya. I feel like that's why she's always in attack mode.
Because Kenya always hating on everybody else.
No, I think people dislike her because she is pretty and she dark complected. So they don't like they want her to act like she's cute to be dark. You know what I'm saying? That's a comment.
You're a
that,
colorist.
huh?
Why would you
No,
say that? They gotta
no,
act
I
like she's
said
cute to
no,
be
no.
dark.
I'm saying I hate it when people say she's cute to be dark. She's pretty dark girl, a pretty chocolate girl. I mean, because you don't have to. Why? Because if Kenya were the same face as she is right now, people would say, "Oh, she's a pretty woman. She's a pretty girl."
Why she
But
can't just be pretty with a ugly insides?
well, I just feel like it's
She
a
could be
different.
absolutely beautiful, the most stunning woman on the planet, and still be a horrible person.
Yeah, but people don't hate her. They mostly come for her. They come for her character. Yeah,
Nobody
but
coming for her because of her looks, child. I don't think that's a thing. I don't know. Maybe there
I
are some
think
people out there that do it, but I'm
I,
not one of them.
I think I ain't saying you, Michelle. I ain't saying you. I ain't say you. I ain't say you do it. I said people. Whenever I hear the topic and the topic is Kenya, you know, they just don't like her.
Oh, okay.
You know, and I think they don't like her because she's too pretty.
No, they don't like her because of the things she said and the things she's done. Trust. And
Yeah,
Kenya is
okay.
a
You know,
classic hypocrite. Like the things she said about Nene now is coming back on her. Just I can't fight Team Twirl. I'm not gonna fight y'all
no,
tonight.
okay. Nene, I like Nene too. But
Okay.
Nene, but I think money go to their heads once they get too rich. I mean, once they start flowing up, I think that money start telling them, you know, you got to be more beautiful or something. I don't know what. You know, the more money they make, the more different they look.
Kenya done messed with her face too. Kenya been getting Botox and fillers.
You know, I know that because that's all I do all day is look at the celebrities. I'm like, oh, she got some work done. Oh, she got her chin did. Oh, she's got some implants in her. I know she got work done. Just like I said, Cynthia got a lot of work done too. Because she's starting to get them big cheeks. You know, how they make their cheeks real big and pointy.
I don't know because I always had big cheeks.
No, you got like baby cheeks. You know what I'm saying? They
get those fillers up here.
Yeah. They had those fillers up like just like you said, aliens or whatever. And it's going too far. It's going too far with that stuff. But yeah, I know Kenya has some work done, but I would have work done if I was important.
You ain't important. What you talking about?
No, I'm saying if I was a celebrity type. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody want to look their best. And I think celebrities have it worse because people are always scrutinizing their looks, their weights, everything. So, I mean, it is what it is. Everybody has their own standard of beauty. So,
yeah, I didn't mean that I'm not important. I mean, if I was somebody, if I was a celebrity type, I would get my snatched. I probably would have a big face too. All right, Michelle. I just want to call you and say hello to you. Hadn't
I
called you in a
appreciate
while.
you, Joyce. I'm not gonna hold it against you. You can like Kenya. I'm not mad at you.
Where Dre at? He's right.
I don't know where Dre is, child. I don't know, but I gotta go, child. I've been on here for 3 hours. I gotta go eat.
Oh,
thank you for calling.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. I'm not gonna answer no more calls. Okay, I see you back there. I'm not gonna answer. Oh Lord, who is that? I'm not gonna answer. Y'all calling too late. Toya. Hey Toya, what's up, friend?
Hi Michelle.
Hey.
It's nice to finally get to talk to you.
Always a pleasure. Now, what do you think about Kenya's confessional?
I'm gonna tell you in a minute. I'm calling all the way from Jamaica.
Oh, hey Jamaica. What's up, Jamaica?
Nothing much. Okay, so when it comes to Kenya, I don't know if you heard, but the word on the street is that Ming Lee, Kenya wanted her to be on the show, and it was a toss-up between her and Britt. And every time Ming Lee come around, Kenya would be telling the producers to mic her.
We've talked about that. I don't believe that is true. Ming did want to be a part of the cast. Ming is now on Basketball Wives. Ming is not even a topic of discussion when it comes to this. Kenya has already said Ming had nothing to do with it. Let's let Ming rest in peace, please.
Okay, Michelle.
I mean, I'm no shade. I'm just done with Ming. Ming ain't got nothing to do with nothing at this point. She ain't on the show. She wasn't even a friend of the show. She didn't get no camera time. We don't care about what Ming doing, child. We don't care about her.
Okay.
And wherever Kenya got him, it doesn't matter. Like Kenya admitted she paid a private investigator. So all of that Ming did, it don't matter. Kenya
I don't believe she
exposed
paid no private
pornographic
investigator.
images. Yeah. Yeah.
I think she did. She got the image from somebody and showed it. She's crazy.
Okay.
All right. Have a good night, Michelle. I know you want to go and eat.
Thank you. I appreciate you calling in,
Yep.
Toya.
You're welcome. Bye.
Anyway, thank you to everyone who called. I appreciate you calling from Jamaica, Toya. Okay. If y'all are in here, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you are not subscribed, rewind. We've been on for almost 3 hours. This is a long live just to watch a 20-minute video of Kenya lying to us and gaslighting her Team Twirl. Team Twirl, I know you love me. I love y'all too. Okay. Please support the Kenya Moore Hair Spa. Okay, y'all go over there, get y'all hair done. I don't know what else she do because she don't have no people in there. Kenya is over there right now washing hair. I went past there the other day and I saw her. I went by there and I saw Kenya. She is right now today. Let me see if I got. Do I have it? I don't think I have it. Hold on. I thought I had it. That Kenya was washing hair. Hold on. Where is it? Hold on. I need to show y'all Kenya washing hair. There it is right now. Oh, it's got music in it. Let me turn the music off. Yeah, Kenya is over there right now washing hair, and she told y'all she would wash your hair. Okay, so y'all go over there and get your hair washed by Kenya Summer Moore. Okay, because when I made my appointment with Kenya Summer Moore, but she wasn't there that day. For some reason, she locked the door. Okay, so if you get your appointment, listen, I wouldn't put no deposit down if I was you because she might not be there. But apparently Kenya say that they take deposits. Also, she said that her Kenya Moore hair care products are still available at Sally's and at CVS. Y'all go do that. Support Kenya, support a Black business. Okay. I appreciate everyone who joined today. Y'all let me know if you're watching the replay what you thought about Kenya's confessional. Do you think that she was empathetic? Do you think she took accountability? Y'all let me know because I didn't see it. Some of y'all say she did. I did not see it. Okay. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel. Okay. And I will see you guys in the next live. Oh, and if you are not a member of my Patreon, you should join. It's patreon.com. I am ATLian. Join in the $5 tier and above. And I will probably be live tonight. Probably around I want to say midnight. I don't know, but we will figure it out. Okay. Shout out to my members. Hey DT, what's up, friend? Shout out to my members. These people in the green. These are our YouTube channel sponsors. You could be a channel sponsor too. You get special emojis and your name will appear green in the chat. Click the join button. Shout out to my mods for holding it down. Zamzaga, Side Eye, Miss Kiki, Simply Shy, Jazabelle, everybody, Mr. Eye Candy. I see y'all. I appreciate y'all and I love y'all. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. Bye, Kenya girl. I see